I put together all of the best farms that I've ever made from Minecraft Bedrock. If you guys want any farm, feel free to use the timestamps in the description. This is gonna be a big video, so buckle up. Like, subscribe, and enjoy the compilation. For our first farm, I have an easy skeleton XP farm. This farm is amazing for beginners or day one players, as you will get unlimited XP and bones and arrows. If you're interested, stay tuned.
These are the materials you will need.
Alright, you awesome lads, let's go ahead and begin this easy farm. Obviously, the first thing we need is a spawner. When you get here, mobs are going to start spawning, so you're going to need to put some torches around your spawner. Doing it just like that's going to work for you. We can go ahead and break these chests. We do not need them. And I'm going to go ahead and toss out all this junk. Bye, junk. Once you did those chests and torches, we want to make sure that there's at least 4 blocks away. So all we have to do is stand on top of the spawner like this and break all of these cobblestone. We'll break these ones over here, break these ones, and we'll just break all of this. We want to make sure that's a total of 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's only 3, so we need to make this 4. So let's mine out all of this. We don't need it. All right, so this side is done. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. On this side, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I got to mine all of this. We just want it going 4 blocks out, so we just have to expand this chamber. Hopefully you guys got a good spawner. You know, if yours has gravel and stuff all in it, I do feel bad for you. I'm so sorry. But, you know, you work with what you get. So that's 4 as well. That's 4. Now, lastly, I just have to do these 2. And what's nice, guys, is you get all these blocks when you're mining it, so you don't really need that many blocks to prepare to build this. All right, so when you are done, this all should be 4 blocks from the spawner. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, now all we have to do is just seal this up like this as well. We could seal all this up, just block it off from the outside world. We can mine the top over here just to get all these like little inconsistencies out. And when you're done, it should look something like this. So 4 blocks in each direction. Now we can go ahead and break that top torch for now. Place a block above it, and you should see that it's 3 blocks high. You want to make sure that it stays 3 blocks high, no less, no more. We want to do the same thing below the spawner. So we want to go down by 3. So 1, 2, 3. And we basically want to mine this whole thing out. So mine this out by 3, mine this out by 3, the entire floor. All right, guys, once you mined out the entire floor, you should be able to place 3 blocks directly under the spawner, just like this. So it's the same thing on the top, and it's the same thing on the bottom. After you mine out the floor, you might need to fill this in because some holes might appear. But other than that, this is the entire container for the spawning area. It's very simple. Let's go ahead and break these blocks, and we could break those top blocks as well. We don't need them. If you have any mob spawning, just place that torch back on the top of the spawner. But go ahead and pick any corner. Ideally, you want to pick a corner that isn't next to, you know, like over here. As you can see, my corner is like, there's just a bunch of open area. It would be better if I pick this corner because as you can see, there's like nothing in here. Just makes it easier for me to build. So this is the corner I'm gonna pick. You want to break the block on the corner you pick, and then wherever you pick that corner, you just want to go to the right, so right here, and break these 2 blocks, and then mine in by 3. So 1, 2, and then in total this thing is 3, and then just mine that whole thing out like this. So you got the corner mined out, and then you got that mined out. On the opposite corner of where you picked your corner, so over here, just to show you, on the opposite corner, you're gonna place 2 blocks right here, and then another block right here, and then 1 more there, and 1 more there. In total, that's 3 blocks, and then if you count this one as well, that's 3 blocks. Place 1 more right here, and then just place a water bucket on this block. This is how your water should look once you do that. Go ahead and place your door right here. You should be able to open and close it. Go ahead and place your door right here. We'll come back to this in a little bit, and then just place water along the edges right here. It really doesn't matter where you place them. You just want to place it all along over here like I'm doing. Don't place any water here. Obviously, don't place it here. Same thing, don't place it on this level. All right, if you did that correctly, your water is going to flow all the way down, but it's not going to go over that edge that we mined. All right, guys, our work up here is pretty much complete. But for now, what we're going to do is keep that door open, and we're going to go to that 3rd block that we mined out, and we're going to go down by 7. So including this one, that's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, it's important you understood where your orientation was because we want to mine this way to the left. So as you can see, that's the door. I'm facing this way, meaning I'm going to turn to the left. So one more time. There's the door. There's my head. I'm turning to the left. You'd be surprised what people get wrong. You're going to break these 2 blocks. So 1, 2. So now this should be 2 blocks long. And then you want to break these 2 blocks. 1, 2. So now this is 3 blocks long. You can break the 2 above it, and then 1 more time the 2 above it. So this whole thing should be 4 blocks long. Now we can turn around and place our ladders back up to the top, giving us an access point from the bottom back up to our container. You just want to trail ladders going all the way back up like this, and now you should be able to get in here and come back down without an issue. All right, guys, so make sure you're following carefully. It's pretty simple. But from here, this is where we're standing. We're gonna break these blocks to our right. So there's the ladder. It might get in your way a little bit. Oh my gosh, it's annoying. You want to break these 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, and then the ones above it, and just match it at the same height level as we did over here. And now if we look at the ladder, we have 1 block to the left. We want to just make it so it's 2. Go ahead and bust this entire area down as well to the right of that ladder, and right as in if you're looking at it this way. Just bust that whole thing down and keep the height level the way it is. Go ahead and grab your chest and hoppers. Break these 2 blocks right here, and then we could place 2 chests right here. We could place it this way or this way. It doesn't matter. All right, this next part's really simple. Go ahead and break 3 blocks right here. So 1, 2, and 3. Right here, place a lever, and to the right, you're gonna break these 3. So 1, 2, and 3. To the right of that lever, place a piston. Flick the piston, which will push this, and then just break this block and leave this one where it is. In front of the lever, go ahead and place a slab. That's gonna tuck the lever away, but it's just within reach, so we can click it, retracting that piston. Let's keep it extended for now, though. Up right here, we want to break another 3 blocks. So 1, 2, and 3. And we want to break some blocks behind the piston. It doesn't matter how many we break because we're gonna just replace these anyway. Go ahead and grab your observers, and 1 observer needs to go into the piston, and 1 needs to go away from the observer, which you're gonna then see that creates an infinite tick, and then you will see that red pulse right here on the edge of the observer is rapidly ticking. If it is, then you did it right. When you right click that lever, you're gonna notice that this is infinitely ticking. We're gonna keep it extended for now. It'd be annoying if we're building. You can now fill all of this in. We don't need to see the observers, they're ugly anyway. And then I would recommend you place a glass block right here. It just looks cooler, although you could place a normal block, but I'm gonna place glass, solid block above it, and then where the piston is extended, go ahead and keep that spot open. Right here, place another glass block, and 1 more right here. Once again, these can be solid blocks, but you might as well be able to see your build, so do yourself a favor and place some glass. I would also recommend you place 1 more right here. Break this block to the left, break this one right here, and break these 2, and then we can walk in this area. Place a hopper into the chest, place 1 more hopper into that one. Go ahead and fill this back up, and then you could go ahead and break this block and throw your trident into that piston. I would also recommend you throw a second trident if you have the tridents to do so. Click this lever real quick. You should be able to hear that trident ding. You'll notice that your trident's sticking out of that block. It doesn't matter because you won't be able to pick it up, so you're all good to go. All you have to do is go back up to the top of your build. Then you want to break that block, that block. We can come down here a little bit, break some of these blocks. We just want to break all those blocks, and then you could just break the blocks above and build your way back up to the top. And it's really that simple, guys. That is your build. To turn your build on, all you have to do is break the torches. This hallway needs to be clear of torches, and so does this entire room. If I put the game into hard mode, you're gonna see that our skeletons instantly spawn. You're gonna probably want to run away and close that door. Your skeletons are then gonna come down into this chamber. All you have to do is flick the lever, and all those skeletons are gonna get hit by the trident. I'm gonna put myself in survival so you can see how I collect the XP. All your loot goes into this chest. We already have 5 arrows and 4 bones. I mean, that was less than a second. I'm gonna turn the lever off, and then you can collect your XP right here. When you want to turn the farm off again, all you have to do is place your torches back on the spawner. When you want to turn the farm off again, all you have to do is place torches around just like we did in the beginning. It's up to you, but you can put a slab on top of the spawner. But yeah, guys, that's it. You're gonna get a ton of XP, a ton of bones, and a ton of arrows. I'm gonna be showing you an easy iron farm that's gonna work in any Minecraft Bedrock Edition world. Now, this is not like the other iron farm I've built. It's much more compact, simpler, uses less blocks, and you don't have to lock all of the villagers into individual pods. You'll also find that this is a little bit more efficient and allows you to have the maximum amount of villagers possible. Without blabbing my mouth too much, let's get into the materials and dimensions. Alright guys, build location and dimensions is extremely simple. You can build this anywhere, it does not matter. Just keep it in the overworld. If you pay attention to this outer perimeter here in red blocks, this is going to be 40 by 42. So just to show you, 40 by 42, that is the area you will need to build this farm. If you want to save a little bit of room but want to use a little bit of extra blocks, you can raise this farm by 6 blocks above all ground from the sides or below. It has to be 6 blocks away above ground if you would like to avoid that outer area. And if you do decide to make this 6 blocks higher and not use that outer shell, then this inner shell is going to be 22 by 26 blocks. But remember that iron golems can spawn on solid blocks, so you're going to need to use a block that iron golems can't spawn on, so check the description for more information. And lastly, the materials are going to be in the description, and make sure that you build this 150 blocks away from a village, raid, iron farm, any villagers, or workstations. It has to be 150 blocks away. Alrighty guys, now it's time to build. Super excited to share it with you. Let's go. Start by placing 11 fences just like this. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 11. Then we'll place 2 fence gates just like this. 1, 2, and then place 11 more fences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
9, 10, and 11. Next, we'll make the perimeter around. So let's go to this left side over here, and let's extend this for a total of 22 blocks. And then we'll go 2, 3, 21, and then 22. What we can do now is place oak leaves or any type of leaf on top of these fences. And just make sure not to place them on top of the gate. So we'll go ahead and start here, and we'll just wrap this all the way around until we get to the other side. And perfect, we got to the other side, and we left that gate area empty. Now, I do want to note one thing. In Minecraft Bedrock, these leaves are not required. However, they are highly recommended, and in Minecraft Java, they are absolutely needed. Next, let's pick any corner of our choice. I'm going to go right here, and we're going to build up by 3 blocks. So we'll go 1, 2, and 3. Now, these are temporary blocks, so just place 1 permanent block on top of the 3 we placed, and then break those 3. Next, what you can do is extend this all the way across to the other side, just lining it up, and if you need to actually line it up, you can. Whatever helps and whatever is easiest. Once you do that, this is exactly how it's going to look. It goes all the way around. Now, in my old iron farm, I would have just said fill this all in, but since this is a compact version and we're not doing a trade haul, it's just simply not needed. If you find it annoying to have to get from the top to the bottom of the farm, that is perfectly fine, because you can simply just make an extended version of these leaves, or you can use solid blocks and then put ladders on the side. Iron golems will not be able to climb these ladders, and they will not spawn on them, so you're perfectly fine to use them. Oh, and yes, you can replace that leaf with a solid block. All right, guys, take a look at the entrance we created here. We're gonna go to these 2 blocks. To make it easier, let's go ahead and mark them. We'll grab ourselves some red concrete just so we know exactly where these 2 blocks are, which are right there. Now we're gonna turn 180 degrees and go to the opposite side, so just like that. Next, where we place those 2 temporary blocks, just to mark it to make it easier for us to see, because we know our tiny eyeballs suck. We're gonna place our slabs right here. However, you don't want to just place them like this, because iron golems are not able to spawn on this version of a slab block. You actually have to go underneath it, place a permanent one, break in the temporary, and then just do it like so. This is just due to the way the game works, because if we do it like this or like that, it won't work at all. Next, we're gonna bring this out by 8. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then we'll extend this one as well. Now we want to do a 4 block gap, so we'll place more temporary blocks just to make it easier on our eyeballs. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then just extend this all the way to the other side like so, and then fill that in as well. So those 2 red blocks that are temporary, we can break now, and just so you can see, we placed them right here in front of the gates, and in total, this is 8 slabs, and just make sure that it is on the edge and not covering any of the blocks. These 4 temporary blocks that we placed in the middle, go ahead and keep them there for now. I want you to add more temporary blocks to the side of it, so go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do the same thing on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, unfortunately, you're gonna have to do something a little annoying, and that is by filling everything that isn't a temporary block in this little area. And once you filled that all in, this is how it's going to look. And just like that. Guys, what I need you to do now is come to any of these corners, and we're gonna place a block right here, and then we're gonna place water on the side of it. It doesn't matter which corner that you decide to pick. It can be this side, just make sure you put water on it. We'll do the same thing going all the way across, so this time I'll pick this side, place water on it. We'll do the same thing over here, and to make sure your dimensions are correct, just make sure when you count from here to there, that is 8 blocks. Going all the way around, we have 8 blocks, because in Minecraft Bedrock, water flows 8 blocks. Next, what we need to do is wrap the water all the way around. Just make sure that you do not place water right here, guys. If you place water right here, it's gonna break the flow. So my rule is to count by 3. We'll go 1, 2, 3, skip 1, and then place water here. So going all the way across, just right there. Do the same thing, place water going all the way across, just right there. Same thing over here. And then lastly, on this side right here, we'll place water going all the way across, not placing any water in these areas, okay? If you do that, this is how your water will flow, and it will get to the edge quite nicely. All right, guys, coming inside this build now, we're gonna place slabs on the corners right here, going to each side, placing those slabs just like that. We will then place solid blocks on the bottom of those slabs and extend them all the way to the ground. Do the same thing over here, extend them all the way to the ground. Once you do that on all the sides, just make sure you connect it with fences. Little update here, you actually do not need to use fences down here. Instead, what you can do is use slabs going all the way across. You can wait until later in the video, I'll show you more. What we'll do now is we'll take 2 chests and place them like this, and then we'll take hoppers funneling inside of those double chests. Do the same thing over here. Just make sure all those hoppers go in. So let's just test it real quick. We'll drop an item here, drop an item here. Did it go into into the chest? Yes, it did. Perfect. All right, now what we have to do is we have to place signs all the way across. So go ahead and place, just to show you where we are, we're at the chest right here. Go ahead and place a sign here, and then more signs going all the way across. And then what we'll do is we'll place signs like this going all the way across for 4. So you got 4 on the back, 4 in the front, and then you can just keep doing this, going all the way across, just to show you I'm shifting, going all the way over here. If you guys decided to use fences and you're noticing those fences are catching on fire, simply extend these signs all the way to the edge. I find that having them on the edge like this prevents the fire completely, or you can just use the slab. All right, next what you have to do is you have to place lava on any of these signs. So the easiest way to do that is just to bring a slab like this, and then you can place lava on the side of it, and then lava on this side of it, and then break those 3 slabs like this, and the lava should just extend all the way to the side. It might leave a gap. If that bothers you, just place lava on it. All right, guys, next what we're going to do is we're going to place campfires on top of the hoppers. You can use normal campfires or soul. However, soul will kill the iron golems faster, which in turn is going to spawn them faster, which in turn will increase the rates. So I would recommend you use soul campfires. All right, and if you do that successfully, iron golems will never be able to get through. Go ahead and open these fences right here. We're going to come inside. So we're on these fences right here, and we're going to go 1, 2, and then on this third one right here, we'll break that block, and then we'll break the block to the right of it, break this one, and break this one, just to show you it's a total of 2 blocks in front of these gates. Then go ahead and place a bed, and place a bed there. All right, we're going to place 5 beds in total on each side. So that's 1, 4, and 5. Do the same thing on this right side. We got 1, 2, and 5. That is a total of 10 beds. Now we need to double it to make it 20. And just like that, you have 20 beds. Now, if you want your farm to have 40 beds, you can. All you have to do is do the same thing on the opposite side. But it's not a proper village unless we have workstations. So make sure you place workstations going all the way around in total for how many villagers are going to have. So just like that, I have all the workstations I could ever ask for. Now, remember what I said earlier on in the video. You do not want to be next to any village, raid farm, iron farm, pretty much anything that uses a village mechanic. Take a look at that farm over there. It's the same one I built here. However, there is workstations already over there as well as beds. So if I were to bring my villagers into here, that would interfere with the farm. So you just want to make sure that nearby you have no workstations or beds that could interfere with it. All right, what we have to do now is take a shovel, and we have to fill this entire thing in with basically these dirt paths, which is going to stop iron golems from spawning here. Right, guys? And this is what it will look like when everything is filled in. It actually looks pretty clean. So now you're going to notice that there's blocks out here. What we need to do is we need to shovel around as well to stop iron golems from spawning. Now, remember what I said in the beginning of the video. If you raised your farm by 6 blocks, you do not need to do this. The best way is to just go out in each corner and then connect everything. So I'll show you. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that's 8 going out diagonally all the way around. Just connect everything and it will be all nice and neat. If you have a higher simulation distance than 4, you're going to need to keep going out more. If you want the exact information for how much you need to go out for your given simulation distance, you have to go ahead and check the description. And when I say check the description, I mean go to the wiki that I provided for you. That will provide you all the insightful information. That way you know precisely how far to go out. And just to show you, my game is currently on a simulation distance of 4, so I only need to go out on each side by 7 blocks. By going out by 8 in the corner, that creates a total perimeter of 7 by 7. If you did decide to raise the farm by 6 blocks, you will not need to do this. However, you cannot just fill your floor in with solid blocks. If you were to fill it in with solid blocks, like I said, iron golems are going to spawn. So you either need to use a non-spawnable iron golem block, or you need to use the shovel on dirt or grass. All right, guys, and once you've done everything, this is how it will look. You're actually done. What you need to do now is put the villagers inside. Just keep in mind, you don't want any baby villagers, and you do not want nitwits. Nitwits are green villagers. You do not want them. And this is how it looks when you have a maximum of 40 villagers. The easiest way to make sure you have all the villagers is simply to set the game to night, or wait till it's nighttime if you're in survival, and you'll be able to see that all the beds are indeed full. So we're just gonna wait for all of them, and it's actually pretty cool once they're all done. Now, since putting workstations all the way around doesn't quite get us to 40, you actually have to place some more workstations on the edge right here. I would place it on the backside as it hides it when you are in the front, and it looks a lot prettier. If you guys do not want to get any cats, and if you didn't know, that is a cat. If you wanted to get no cats, all you have to do is tame 5 of them. Tame 5 cats and park them next to the farm. Just have them sit, and then you will never get another cat again. It might take a minute, but just wait a little bit, and after some time, you will notice that you will get an iron golem. They will spawn, and you'll get a whole bunch of iron for you to use in your world. What's nice about this farm, guys, is you are not limited by the villagers, and you don't have to worry about linking or cross-linking. That is because they're free roaming, so there's no cross-linking needed.
If you guys like this iron farm, then you're gonna like this next mob XP farm.
Let's build this mob XP farm for Minecraft Bedrock 1.21. This farm will generate thousands of infinite mob loot and XP, and you'll get this going in any Minecraft world within just a couple minutes. Gunpowder, Bonemeal, rotten flesh, you name it. These are the materials you will need. Like I said before, this can be built on Minecraft Bedrock or Java. Do not build this over top of a river biome, however, anywhere else is fine. Start by building up 100 blocks from the ground, then build a 4x6 platform just like this. This is how everything should look. Alright, next we're going to place 2 double chests precisely right here. I put up a reference image on the right in case you're confused. It's just 2 blocks from that 100 block pillar that we created. Then go ahead and place 4 hoppers, and all of those hoppers are essentially funneling into each other. Place your slabs of choice over top of the hoppers just like that. Then on the sides, fill this in with solid blocks for 1, 2 all the way around just like that. Perfect. Then we can go ahead and place water here just in case we want to get down and back up, or if we fall. We'll do another layer of blocks going all the way around right here. So in total, it's 3 blocks tall. Then place upside down stairs just like this. All right, perfect. Now pay close attention. You're going to extend the outer ring of blocks up by 16. In total, from top to bottom, that is 19 blocks. And here is what it looks like in a visual representation. Up at the top, you're going to place your signs just like this. We'll place 2 more here on this side as well. Then just place water in any of the corners. On all 4 sides, you're going to extend the sides out by 7, in total for 8. You're going to do this all the way across on all 4. Then let's just take a single layer of blocks and wrap it all the way around, including the corners. Make sure they're 2 blocks high, and then go on each edge and place water buckets exactly right here. Right on the edge of these blocks, you're going to do it on all 4 sides. Just like this. And right here as well. If you did everything right, the water will not overflow. Next, we'll just build out and connect this all the way across like you see me doing here. You're going to do this all the way around, so not just this corner. You're going to do this for every single corner. You're going to connect them all the way across to make a big square. And once you do that, just fill it all the way in. Once you do that, along the edge, go ahead and place trapdoors right here. Do it all the way across. Once you got them all across like this, you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Next, you're going to go ahead and flick all those trapdoors to keep them open. And once you do that, this is how everything should look. And from left to right, it's 20 blocks. Come to this corner block here and place 2 blocks just like this, and then continue that going all the way around. You're basically going to seal this all the way in, all the way around, so just wrap it around. Next, place a trapdoor here, there, and then just repeat this format going all the way across on each side. It's basically a trapdoor every other block. You're just creating like a 4 pattern. Very simple. All right, then you're going to do it on this side, the other side, and that side. Once you complete that, it'll look just like this. Next, place a block here, and then just drag out the permanent blocks just like so, all the way across to the other side. And you're going to fill this in on the other side as well. Other side is in, you're going to just drag this all the way across. So basically just fill in the roof. Very simple. And after that, you are basically just duplicating everything. So let me show you an example. This is what it would look like if you have 2 layers. Nothing changes. Everything is exactly the same. Alright guys, this is very important. Please pay close attention. Do not skip. If you do skip this, you are warned your farm's probably gonna break, because most creators don't explain what I'm about to explain. If you are on Minecraft Bedrock, you cannot build this past 44 blocks away from the player. Basically, when you AFK down here, take a look at this line that I placed. If you go all the way up to the top, that is the maximum height that you can extend this farm. That is because in Minecraft Bedrock, mobs only spawn 24 blocks away from the player and no more than 44 blocks away from the player. So 24 to 44. First layer sits at about 25 blocks away from the player. So right perfectly where that sphere should be. All right, for the sake of time, I went ahead and copied this for you guys just to show you how high we can actually build it on Minecraft Bedrock. This gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers that you can go. If you go beyond 6 layers in Minecraft Bedrock, it's going to not work, and everything beyond 6 layers is just going to be aesthetic pleasure. When you are duplicating these, it's very simple. Nothing changes. Everything is exactly the same. You're just basically cloning what you did on the bottom
on the top. And since this is not a creeper farm, you do not have to place anything here, like below on the roof. Nothing has to go there, no trapdoors, no buttons, none of that, because this is not a creeper farm. In a nutshell, in Java, you can go pretty much as high as you want, just do not go higher than 128 blocks away from the player. If you go 128 blocks away from the player, nothing's gonna happen because that is the absolute limit. And you also have to stay within your simulation distance. Once you figure out how many layers you'd like, you could go ahead and put torches on the top. If you don't like torch spamming like I'm doing, then, you can go ahead and decorate it to your liking. It really, doesn't matter. But I think torch spamming is great. You can also use tinted glass, and you won't have to put anything on the top, and it won't let any light through, so it'll be perfect. So up to you if you want to go expensive and use tinted glass. Alright guys, but that is basically it. Now all your mobs are going to come down here, and you're going to be able to hit them with your sword and get all of that XP and fabulous loot. Once you kill them, the loot will go inside of those chests. If you're on Java, you get that sweeping edge, which is nice. If you're on Bedrock, you're not so fortunate, but hey, not the end of the world. That's everything for this mob XP farm. Let's take a look at what I have for you next.
Let's build this incredible iron XP farm that can generate hundreds of XP instantly. This farm utilizes infestation and can be built in your Minecraft Bedrock 1.21 world within a couple of minutes. It requires close to no redstone and is extremely compact for beginners. Before we get started, these are the materials you will need. If you are curious about the build's dimensions and location, you can build this approximately anywhere, and it's 8 by 11 blocks and 6 blocks tall. Alright everyone, so once you figure out a build location, and you can build this essentially anywhere, it fits even in the smallest of areas, so I'm going to be building mine over here. You want to find out your build's direction, and what I mean by that is we simply just place a lever, and you want to see the direction that it's facing. So mine is facing towards this direction, which means when I do my horseshoe shape, I'm going to build it this way, just to show you I'm going to build it this way. But let's pretend my lever was facing this way, then I would build the farm in this direction. Don't worry about right clicking it, just worry about where it's facing when you place it. So my lever is facing this way. We're gonna go one block to the left and then one more block to the left. We'll do the same thing on the right, one block to the right and one more block to the right. So you should have a 3-block gap in between. You can now break this lever. We want to make this 5 blocks long on both sides. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5. Same thing on this side, 5. So now you should have 5 on the left and 5 on the right. Going forward, place a button anywhere just to signal that this is the front of your build. Do not mess this part up, it's very important. I also want to emphasize you cannot use stone bricks and you cannot use cobblestone for the base of this build. Wherever the front of your build is, like I said, you place your button so you know where it is. You're going to place your walls just like this. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3. And then you want to place 3 trapdoors on these walls. So 1, there's 2, and there's 3. 1 block high of the trapdoor, you could just shift like this to show you I'm shifting, and then you could place 3 blocks just like that. Next up, on the right side, extend this by 2. So we're gonna go 1 and we're gonna go 2. So this should be a total of 7 blocks long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Extend it 1 more to the right, just like this, and then fill it in the corner. And then simply just bring this out by 1 more block. And then you want to fill all this in with redstone except for these 2 blocks. So just like this. Take a comparator going into that redstone right here, so just like this, and then right click it to invert the redstone signal. Behind the comparator, place a lever. Once you flick the lever, you're going to notice that these are rapidly ticking. If they're rapidly ticking, then you did everything correct. If they're not, then you did everything wrong. You most likely just need to right click this to make sure that that torch at the end of the comparator is indeed turned on. One important thing with your trapdoors is you want to make sure when they flick up, they do not flick in this direction. So mine are wrong. We want to face them this way. So we're just going to break all of them and we're going to do that. And then when we flick them, they're getting flicked that way. You want them flicking in the direction where the front of your build is. So my front of the build is right here. What you want to do real quick on the left side, just like we did on the right side, fill this in with 2 blocks. So 1 and 2. Then on the back side here, just fill this in for 3 blocks. So 1, 2, and 3. Place a temporary block here. And on top of the temporary block, place a dispenser. Then break the block below it. Take a repeater facing in the direction of the dispenser, just like this. Place a block behind the repeater with the redstone dust on top of it. Then diagonal up of the redstone dust, you just can shift and then place a block just like this behind it. To the right of that redstone dust, place 2 more blocks. So there's 1 and there's 2. We're going to break some of these blocks because we're running out of space. Place a redstone dust here and a redstone dust here. With the lever over here, nothing should happen when you're flicking this. Just leave it off for now. Place a block right here in front of the repeater. And do make sure that repeater is facing in this direction, the direction of the dispenser. But take that dispenser and face it up towards this dispenser, so up towards the sky. On top of the dispenser, you're going to want to shift and place a fireplace. It doesn't matter which direction you place it in, just place it Place signs all around it, just like this. So your signs are going all the way around. And then waterlog the campfire so there's water inside it. On this bottom dispenser right here, put an empty bucket. You can just put one, not two, just put one empty bucket. And then inside of this dispenser, place a flint and steel. Ideally, just fill this whole thing up with flint and steels, but for now, you can use one. Just be mindful that's going to break eventually. All right, to complete this part of the redstone, just take an observer facing into this dispenser. So place a temporary block here, look at the block, place that observer, so the observer is going into this dispenser, and you can tell by looking at the arrow is indeed facing the dispenser, and then just break the temporary block, and you could also see the face on this side. Now all you have to do is place a redstone dust right here, and then if you flick this lever, you're going to see that the water gets destroyed, and the flint and steel does light the campfire. If we flick it again, just like this, it turns into water, and vice versa, it just acts as a switch. It does look a lot cooler if you use a button, because you could just press the button, and then you could press the button again to turn it off. As a T flip-flop, you could use whatever you want, it doesn't matter. But believe it or not, that is all of our redstone for the build. We are completely done. I'm gonna do a 360 around the build just so you could see everything and make sure that yours is exactly like mine. All right, so going 2 blocks to the right of the lever, we're gonna go 1 and 2. If you include this block, it's 3 over. You're gonna put a ladder here. We're gonna go up by 5. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, 4, and 5. And just connect your ladders all the way up to the top. On top of this block, place a slab. And then all around, we're gonna just place glass. So we're gonna place glass here. We could place glass here. We'll place a glass block here, here, and then just all the way around. You technically don't need anything in the corner, but it does look prettier if you do. So I'm gonna put glass there as well. You don't need anything here. You could leave that empty. And then just fill this whole thing in up to 4 blocks tall. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just fill this whole thing in. Fill all that in. You don't need the corners, but I'm doing it anyway. And fill all that in. Then you just do this side, and then that is all of your glass. Make sure you put slabs on top of the glass as well. And then instead of placing a row of blocks here, we're just gonna place glass all the way across, just like this. All the way up to the top, and then slabs on those as well. So that's your glass, and it's going all the way around your build. You can use the ladders to go to the top of the slabs, and we're gonna go inside here real quick. That block we placed, you can break it real quick, and then you wanna place a row of water all the way across. So 1, 2, and 3, and now you can place that block back just like that. All right, what we want to do now is build our iron golem, but before we do that, we want to place a temporary block here and a glass pane in front of it. Now you could just build an iron golem like this. You might have to push it a little bit to the right, but you do want to place glass panes in the left corner and the right corner. That iron golem might be blocking that path, so you're gonna just have to push it. Right on the same line of the redstone, place 3 trapdoors. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Right click all those trapdoors. Take your trident and shoot it right here, and then do it on each trapdoor for a total of 3 times. And then break all 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Once you break all 3, they will land on top of those trapdoors down there. You want to make sure this works, right click it, and you should be hearing those tridents go up and down. If you're not hearing the tridents go up and down and they're just staying in place, then the trident killer is not working. So just do everything I did and it should be fine. All right, your farm is now complete. All you have to do is go to your iron golem and splash it with an infestation potion, which will last about 3 minutes. When you turn your farm on, your iron golem is going to get hurt by the campfire. Make sure you have an iron ingot. Every 40 seconds, you're going to want to right click the iron golem with an iron ingot to heal it. If you don't, then it's going to die. Turn the lever on over here, and then once you turn this lever on, your farm's gonna work. Just like this, you're gonna get a bunch of silverfish right off the bat. If I put myself in survival, I can just collect the XP by walking around the build, and I can walk over here and collect all the XP. Just be careful, because you might collect the trident on accident. We can climb up the ladders over here to heal our iron golem and restore it to maximum health. I would not recommend leaving the farm or going out of your world while the farm is running, because the tridents might disappear. If you do notice that your tridents disappear, it is most likely due to you collecting it. When you're collecting your XP, I would not go beyond this line of redstone right over here. So I would be AFK, and you could collect all your XP. Any farther, you're probably going to collect the trident on accident.
For our next farm, I have an easy gold farm that you're gonna love. Let's take a look.
Minecraft farms are great, especially when they work properly. So in today's video, I will introduce you to an awesome gold farm that works for Minecraft Bedrock 1.21. You'll be able to reach level 30 in just 7 minutes, and all your gold swords will be automatically decomposed for you through an item sorter system. Before we begin, make sure you have all the materials on the screen now.
Alrighty everybody, so before we actually build this farm, we need to do one important step first. If you skip this step and just build it anyway, your farm is most likely going to run into a bunch of issues. So I would recommend you do not skip this and follow my instructions. In Minecraft, when you rapidly break a portal, whether it's with commands or by your hand, it doesn't matter. We break the portal over and over again. Mobs are either going to spawn on the left side or they're going to spawn on the right side. And just like that, we have mobs spawning on the right side. So this tells us right away that we need to build our build facing this way. If they were spawning on the other side and we built it facing this way, they would be spawning in my lava and they'd be spawning all over the redstone. And that would be a problem, wouldn't it? I mean, like 1 + 1 is 2, right? So I think it's pretty obvious if our mobs spawn on our redstone and the opposite side, that's an issue. So literally all you have to do is build a temporary portal like this, or even bigger, because the bigger the portal, the faster the step's gonna be. We're literally just going to place our flint and steel and we're gonna break the portal over and over again. And as you can see, my mob is spawning once again on the right side. And once again, if your mobs are spawning on the other side, you're just gonna flip around 180 degrees and build your farm that way. Alrighty, so now that we got that step out of the way, let's begin. You can build this build anywhere. However, I would highly recommend avoiding an ice biome as your water is probably going to freeze. But if you decide to do so anyway, that's your own convolution and prerogative. Be my guest. If you want the build's dimensions, this is gonna be 30 blocks by 29 blocks. And from the bottom to the top of the build, that's 34 blocks, all in the description. Alrighty, everyone, let's start building. So we're gonna place 2 blocks just like this. We'll place 1 there. We'll go over to the right and place 1 like this. Do another block gap and place another 1 there. 1 more block gap and another block there. On the left side right here, bring this up by 3 and bring it over by 1, just like this. Do the same thing on the right side, just like this. For these ones, you could just bring them up to the top for 3 blocks. Go ahead and take your stairs and place them right here. And on top of these stairs, you can climb up to the top right here and place a chest there and place a chest there. We want to place a block above this one diagonal, just like this. So we'll place a temporary block there and a block there. We're gonna then just drag this all the way across to the other side, just like that. Go ahead and grab your lever and place the lever right in the middle. All right, what we then want to do is work on the trident killers. So over here to the left, we're gonna place a block here and then a block here, and then just break that block, bring it out by 2, and we're gonna just do this for a complete circle. Do the same thing over here, just like this. So if we measure right here, if we were to put a block and a block, this should be 1, 2, 3 blocks in the middle. All right, so we want to come to the left side right here and place a piston. Adjacent to that piston, we want to do the same thing on this side, but instead of on this block right here, we're going to place it on that block. So that one's on the left block and that one's on the far right block. All we have to do now is place observers going into the piston, just like this. We'll do the same thing on this side. All right, starting here first, we're going to place a piston there, place a piston there, and we'll place a piston there. You should place observers going into each piston, just like this. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to place a piston there, place a piston there, and a piston there. You're going to notice that you don't want any pistons close together. It's simply piston, block, piston. And then just the same thing here, observers going into the piston. Go ahead and grab your redstone torch now and place a redstone torch into each piston, just like this. So don't place them on the observer, place them on the side right here. Do the same thing here, same thing there. Once you do this, both of them are going to be rotating. To make them stop rotating, all we have to do is put a redstone torch right there above where that lever is, and then just connect your redstone dust going to the left and connect your redstone dust going to the right. This is going to be 3 on each side. And then when you flick that lever down, they're both going to start rotating again. And when you flick the lever up, they're both going to stop. All right, so coming behind the build right here where that double chest is, what we want to do is break that block and we want to break that block. Go ahead and take a hopper into that chest and place 2 to the left, just like that, and place 2 to the right, just like that. Now all you have to do is fill this in with hoppers connecting to that hopper right here. So we're going to place a hopper there, we'll place 1 there, just like that. So now all those hoppers are connected to this double chest. So if I were to drop a hopper in here, it will go into the double chest just like that. We're going to do the same thing on the right side. You can then go below it just to make sure all those hoppers are actually connecting to the hopper over there. We then want to place a hopper below that one, just like this. 1 more right here, but we want it to go that way. So just place a temporary block here with the hopper going into it like that, and then break that temporary block. All right, guys, so we now have to do the item sorter. So the hopper down here is where all the gold swords are going to go. As you know, with a gold farm, you're going to get a bunch of gold swords, and they're practically worthless after you get a couple hundred of them. So you can either put a double chest to the right of the hopper, and all the gold swords are going to go into that chest, or you can place a dropper just like this with lava in front and a glass block like that, and that's going to burn them all automatically. I would recommend doing this because if you just place a chest, there's no overflow protection, and after a while, this whole thing's gonna back up, and then the whole system's going to break. So this is just what I would recommend. And you could always change it later if you want to collect a few swords. In order to make that automatically dispense, go below the dropper and just mine a few blocks down just like this, and then take 1 observer going down just like this, and above that observer, place 1 going up. As you can see, 1 going up, 1 going down, just like you would see if you were standing outside of an elevator. Now that's rapidly ticking, so anything we place in there will be automatically dispensed into that lava. Or you could put a chest there, completely up to you. On this hopper right here, we're going to place a block just like this, and on top, place a comparator just like that. Diagonal of that comparator, place a block, and then 1 more just like this. And then bring 1 block down, and then place a block there, and a block there. So that's how that should look. Place 2 redstone dust here, place a redstone torch here, a redstone dust here, and then just take a repeater facing into this block and place it there, and then don't touch it. So this is our item sorter. Before we go to the next step, I'm gonna play 11-second clip. Please watch it, don't skip it. This is how I keep ad deals and sponsors and stuff out of this video. Thank you. If you enjoy my content and want to support the channel, then consider becoming a member today. Members get access to exclusive maps, world downloads, and more. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's jump back into the video. All right, guys, we are now gonna work on the chamber. So all you have to do is throw a trident into each one. If we throw a trident there, and then we could just throw a trident on that one. When we flick the lever, those tridents are going to go around in a circle. We're gonna go up by 9 blocks on each, so we're gonna just go like this: 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, and we're gonna do that for all sides. On top of the glass, go ahead and put a solid block, just like this. And the same thing on the right side. We're gonna bring this out right here. So if we go to the left, we'll bring this out by 8 blocks. So counting this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then once those are both filled in, we're good to go. We're gonna place a block here, and we're gonna place a block here. We'll do the same thing on this side, and the same thing on this side. We'll then wrap this all the way around. We'll wrap it all the way around over here. You don't need to fill in the corners. If you want to preserve blocks, you can break all those corners. All right, we can now take water and place it on these 2 blocks, or you could just place it here. The water is going to stream all the way across, but it won't go down into where the hoppers are. So everything looks just like this. Coming behind the water right here, bring this out by 8 as well, counting this first block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then just fill this whole thing in. Just to show you, we're gonna drag it all the way across to this side, and we'll just fill all that in. You now wanna place a temporary block here, and a permanent block on top, and then break the temporary block, and then just drag this all the way around, like we did over there. Then you could break the corners as well, as we just don't need them. All right, so this is how everything should look. Now, just like we did over there, go ahead and drag your water all the way across, just like this. The water should then stretch all the way across, but not going over the edge. All right, what we can do is bring up the redstone from the bottom to the top. We're gonna place 6 more redstone torches, just like this. So place a block, that's 1, place a block, that's 2, place a block, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Drag this all the way across to the other side, just like this, until it's matching. And then just go 1 block more. So you see how it's matching right here? Just 1 block more. On this final block right here, we're gonna go up just like that, and we'll do the same thing over here, and then we'll just drag this across, and we'll drag that across. Place redstone dust across just like so. We'll then go back to this redstone torch, and we're gonna count by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the 7th redstone dust right here, diagonal of it, do the same thing we did over there, just like this. But instead of going out, we're gonna also go up by 2. So it's the same length, but this one's going up diagonal, and that one's just going straight across. Then all you gotta do now is just fill this in, and if you did it correctly, this is 5 redstone dust. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you could just place redstone dust on these blocks as well. All right, guys, now we have to do our portals. So right here, diagonal of this redstone dust, place an obsidian, just like this. And from here to the top, it's gonna be 15. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 18, 14, and 15. And then instead of going across, we're gonna go up. So break that block just like this. And then we'll bring this all the way across to the other side, just like that. And just like we did over there, we're gonna go up by 2. So we'll place temporary blocks just like this, and obsidian on top of it. And then we'll just connect this all the way up to the top, just like that. Remember, you don't need those corners, so we'll break the corners. All you gotta do is place a temporary block here, and then connect it across, just like that. This should be a 2-block gap, okay? So just 2 blocks. Make sure it's not 1. So you don't want it to be like this, and you don't want it to be 3 blocks high, okay? So make sure it's just 2 right underneath. So diagonal of that redstone dust, place an obsidian block and go up by 15. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14, and 15. Temporary block, just like we did over there, and then a permanent obsidian. Stretch it all the way across to this side, just like that, until you're perfectly lined up. Temporary block there, and then just bring it down, all the way down to the same side. And then you'll realize that this needs to not be parallel. It's going 1 block more down than that one, and then just stretch this all the way across on the back like so, and that's how that should look. Both of these portals are exactly the same dimensions, but this one starts a block higher than the one over there, so that's why this one appears to be bigger. All right, and don't forget to do the same thing on the right side like I told you earlier. All right, guys, and now you are pretty much done. All you have to do is just do the portal activation. So just left of this redstone right here, we're gonna go ahead and shift and place a dispenser. It should just be on this exact corner, 1 block behind the portal. Then all you have to do is place 3 blocks right here to the left of that dispenser. Take an observer right here, face it towards the dispenser like this way. And then behind that observer, place 2 more just like this. And you'll notice that's rapidly ticking. Then lastly, 3 more blocks right behind those observers. Take 3 doors and place them like this. 1, 2, and 3. Take 3 doors and place them like this. 1, 2, and 3. Should be right on the edge of the observers. place a temporary block here, a permanent block there, break that block, and then just bring this all the way around like so. Just like that. Now all you have to do is place a lava bucket right here in the middle, and then that's going to activate the portal, and there should be some fire there. That's not a problem. All you have to do now is place a powdered snow bucket into that dispenser. Alright guys, so now you'll see that's blinking rapidly. All you have to do is place a block there, and basically when we flick that lever, we're going to go flick the lever down here, that's going to rapidly tick over and over again, and as you can see, we're already getting mobs. Now all you have to do is do that on all 4 sides. Each portal does not change, so for the portals behind, it's going to be the same exact process, and then 3 blocks go out just like we did in the front. Nothing changes for any of the portals. Exactly the same as we did here. If you need to watch it again, go ahead and do that. So once you did these on all the portals, all of them will be lit. But yeah, guys, that's it. Your farm is completely done. Make sure your difficulty mode is in at least easy mode. However, I would recommend hard mode. And when that lever is flicked, the trident killer is going to do its thing, and all the mobs are going to die. If you want to collect your XP, all you have to do is make a little platform around your farm just like this. And you can simply walk right here. As you can hear that, all the XP is being collected.
If you guys like that farm, let's see what I have for you next.
I'm going to be showing you this easy creeper farm for your Minecraft Bedrock 1.21 world. You have all the storage system you're ever going to need. Uses a really cool trident system. You get 2 tridents at 1, and if you hold a looting sword, you get double the rates. You could choose to build all 7 layers if you'd like, but I'm going to show you the takeaways from this farm, so that way you leave this video knowing how to expand it and whatnot. Everything's super simple. It doesn't use much, so make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let's get into it. When picking a spot to build this, you just want to make sure you're 128 blocks away from any river. That's assuming you are inside of a biome. You also don't want to be right on the edge of an ocean. This is because drowns and stuff will interfere with it. If you're wondering if you can build it inside of an ocean, you can. Just make sure you're in the middle somewhere and you're 128 blocks as well away from the shore. So a general rule of thumb is you either want to be in the middle of the land or you want to be right in the middle of the ocean. All right, so go ahead and pick a spot you want to build from. So from right here, I'm going to go from the bottom to the top by 100 blocks. So we're going to just build all the way up until we built 100 blocks. Once you're up 100 blocks tall, you're going to want to place a water bucket on the side. That way you're able to go down to the bottom, and then once you're at the bottom, just make sure you trail all the way to the top with your ladders. You want this whole platform to be 5 by 4 blocks long. So right here we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and then in front of us we're gonna go by 4. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that's 4, and then just fill this whole thing in. From the corner right here where your ladders are, we're gonna go up by another 4. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that's 4. We're gonna go across to the right by 5 again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll place another layer in front just like this. On the left side, we're going to count the 2, and we're going to go to 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We'll do the same thing on the right side, and then we'll just connect it across like this. And on the right side right here, we want to place another 3. So 1, 2, 3. And one more time, 1, 2, 3. So you should have an empty 3 by 3 hole, and then you should have a filled 3 by 3 area. On the right side of our ladders, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4th block we'll place 1, 2, 3. Do the same thing on the left side. Go back down to your bottom layer, place a torch here, and a torch here. My ladders are over here. We're going to look this way. Place 2 double chests and then 2 more sets in front of it for a total of 3. And then just place another row above those ones. Place hoppers here. Then place another 3 hoppers. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. That's how it should look. And this next part's pretty self-explanatory. Come up to the top. Place 1, 2, 3 hoppers on those. And then just fill this whole thing in with hoppers. And obviously, you need to make sure these hoppers are connecting. So if you don't know how to do that, then relearn Minecraft, I guess. Place 2 pistons just like this. Look to the left. Place another 2 pistons just like that. Same thing. Just keep doing that in a circle. We'll look to the left again and place 2 more pistons. Now this is not like your normal trident killer, so we're not going to place an observer into the piston. Instead, we're going to place it away. We'll go all the way around and make sure all those observers are facing away. All right, once you place everything correctly, this is how it's going to look. These blocks easier were to make it easier on our eyes, but now I can break this block on the right and I can replace it over here on the left. So now everything will look more even and more smooth. I'll do the same thing on this side. I'll go ahead and break this block, and then I'll place a block here. You could also go ahead and place 3 more blocks here. Place 3 redstone dust right here, and place a lever just like this. Place 3 redstone dust over here as well, and you're going to just do this on all the back sides. Now you want to go inside of this thing and place a carpet here, here, and here. All right, we're now going to place 3 blocks here, on the right, and on the left.
Bananas in Minecraft.
In the front, we're going to place 3 glass, and we're going to make this a total of 9, so that's 3 by 3. On all of these blocks, we want to go up by a total of 20, and that's including the glass. All right, once you did all those blocks from the bottom glass right there to the top, that should be 20 blocks. We want to bring this out for a total of 8 blocks long. So right here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll do the same thing on this side, and then after you do that, just connect this whole thing across. Once you extended each side out by 8, this is how everything's going to look. You should have that 3 by 3 hole in the middle. On any edge, go ahead and place a temporary block and then a permanent block, breaking the temporary block, and bring this out for a total of 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to just do this across every side. All right, guys, once you wrap that around the whole side, you will notice you have 8 blocks over here. And on top of that, right here, this is going to be 4 blocks long. You now just want to place a temporary block there with the permanent block on top, break the temporary, and place an oak leaf on top. And you want to do this all the way around. Now, if you're curious, you can put any opaque block here. So you can put glass, you could tinted glass, or you could place leaves. Anything that a mob will not spawn on, you could put here. We're going to go in any corner, it doesn't matter. And we want to go on the second one. So this is 1, and this is 2. And we want to go up by 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we could break the 2 blocks below it. And we're going to bring this to the right and to the left by 7 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We'll do the same thing over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then just fill this whole thing in exactly like I'm doing. And then just connect both sides across and fill the whole thing in with blocks. Each corner, go ahead and place a slab. And then every 2 blocks, place another slab. So 1, 2, slab. Make sure you place the last one right here in the middle. We want to make sure you do this a total of 9 times. So these are examples over here. They're not yet completed, but you're going to have 1 block gap in between, 7 by 7, a block gap, 7 by 7. They should be no more or no less than 2 blocks away from the leaves on each side. All right, once you did all 9, this is how it's going to look. Now we have to do the roof. So we're going to place a block here and a block here, break the block below it, and then just fill this in all on top of your build. Same thing you did on the bottom. It's going to be 7 by 7. And remember, you only want a 1 block gap away from the slab, and then just fill this entire thing in. All right, you probably watch other creeper videos, oh my old one, and you're like, oh, I don't want to place buttons. You could either place buttons or trapdoors, up to you. We're going to place a trapdoor on the entire ceiling, except for the ones where there's a slab. This is how your trapdoor design should look. If you see a slab, don't place a trapdoor there. If you accidentally do, it's not the end of the world, but to save your time and resources, it's better off you don't. You are now going to copy this over to each side, but make sure you're still doing the 1 block gap in between. Once you have your roof on each platform, you want to make sure you have a coral fan, and you want to place them on the sides just like this. You're going to do that for all 9 as well. All right, guys, we're going to be in this fancy editor just for a second because it's easier for me to articulate what I'm about to say. So now you have that roof across all your platforms. You should have a total of 9, just like we have on the bottom, and all your trapdoors are below just like this, and you have the coral fans all on the edges. Now all you have to do is decide how many layers you would like to do. So just to show you, you can go for a total of 7 layers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is your roof on the top. So at minimum, just make sure you build at least 2 layers, and at the maximum, you can go up to 7. Do not go more than 7, and do not go less than 2. You just quite literally build what you did on the bottom to the top and all the way up to the maximum. You need to build the actual roof, and the actual roof looks like this. It's exactly the same as what we did on the bottom, the same exact distancing apart. The only difference is there's slabs on the top. And the reason for that is if you have solid blocks, then mobs will spawn on top of it. So make the amount of layers that you would like, put the roof on top, and come back to the video when you are done. Once you did all that, you want to make sure that you have a big giant thing like this above your build. And I'm going to give you the dimensions, so hold on a second. This is going to be 7 blocks from the slabs. So if you pause right here, you can go ahead and count that. That's 7 blocks. And this entire thing can either be leaves, tinted glass, or slabs. Anything that a mob cannot spawn on. I did read up somewhere that if you use tinted glass, it tricks the game and gives you a bigger spawn rate. Please comment down if that is still correct. At the time of recording, I am still unsure. But if you don't want to use tinted glass, you don't have to. If you're curious about the dimensions of this, if we come from the edge of the slab right here, this whole thing is going to be 16 blocks. From there to there, that is 16 blocks. You want to make it 16 blocks each direction. You can go ahead and ignore this example, it's uneven. 16 blocks in each direction, just like that. Same for the corners, those are also going to be 16. The last thing we need to do is our water, so just copy what I do. Place 2 blocks there and a solid block there. Do this in all corners. Now drag your water all the way across to each corner, just like this. We'll do the same thing on all sides, nothing changes. Lastly, all you have to do is place a water on this and then break the block. So just go around, place water, then break the block. Once you do that, your water will then be complete. Your build is now complete. Make sure that all the blocks at the top are not solid blocks. So if you're using slabs, it has to be slabs, not double slabs, etc. You will notice that all of your creepers will start spawning and then they will start going down to the bottom. Make sure you throw your tridents on that carpet, and you also want to throw your second trident on that carpet. That is your trident killer. It should be working if you can hear both of those tridents going back and forth. You should be AFK in your farm right here. If you want to increase your rates, just make sure you hold a sword with the looting enchantment on it. Collect all of your XP. Just walk along the edges right here. When you want to collect your loot, just go to the bottom and open the chest, and your gunpowder will all be in those chests. But that is it, guys. You will get as many creepers as the game wants to give you. That is quite literally the truth.
If you guys liked infinite gunpowder, then you'll probably like infinite Bonemeal. Let's take a look at this awesome kelp machine. This is an ultimate 0-tick kelp farm, allowing you to gain massive amounts of kelp
up in the matter of seconds. This farm will generate infinite bone meal, negating having to build another farm again. You can also convert this farm into an automatic crop farm like this to gain infinite sugar cane. These are the materials you will need for this build. Before we begin, make sure that you have a chunk mapped out because your farm will need to be built inside of a chunk. If you don't know how to map chunks out, go ahead and look up a video online or check out the description. Now that you have all the information, let's go ahead and begin this kelp farm. Start by placing one block like so, then move 180 degrees on the opposite side, turning around facing it. Place a redstone dust on top of it, then go ahead and shift and place a block alongside that redstone dust like so. Now you will notice that you have created a diagonal staircase. On top of that second block, go ahead and place another block, that being a temporary block. On the top edge of the temporary block, go ahead and place two slabs. 1 and 2. Now you can go ahead and break the temporary block. On top of that second diagonal block we've placed, go ahead and jump and place a redstone dust on top of it. Then jump and place a block on top of the redstone dust. If you did that correctly, you will have another block slightly higher than the slabs that we've placed. Place a lever on the side of that block and right click it to face it down. In your case, your lever might be up. Now, move over here where we first started and look at this top block and place a redstone repeater. Just like that is how it should look. Make sure you click the repeater 2 times. 1 and 2. To the right of that redstone repeater, go ahead and place yourself a redstone dust. You will notice you can't jump up and place it. You will have to once again shift and click alongside that repeater to place the redstone dust on top. That is how everything should look so far. Next, place 2 blocks to the right of that slab like so. 1, 2. Next, come down and place a redstone dust here. And place one more here. Place a block right here. On top of the block, go ahead and place yourself a target block here. That's how everything should look. Place 3 more blocks to the right, totaling in 4. 1, 2, 3. Now you have 4 blocks placed. Place the rest of your target blocks here. On top of your target blocks, jump and place redstone torches. Connect the redstone dust all the way across, just like this. Next, in front of the redstone dust, go ahead and look down and jump and place your pistons. As you place them, they will be extended. Now that you are on top of your normal pistons, go ahead and place 2 blocks exactly like this. 1, 2. Place your sand right here on top of these normal pistons, just like this. That's how that should look. Then place 4 more sand again on top of the sand that you've already placed, just like this. In front of the sand, go ahead and place 4 blocks like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is how everything should look so far. Grab yourself some ladders and place it right here. Then go down. Place another ladder right here and right here. I didn't mean to place that one there. Then connect both of these like so and connect your ladders to the bottom. In front of these pistons, place a row of blocks like this. Then another row of block on top. That's how your blocks should look. Place 2 chests right here, just like that. On top of the chest, place a hopper. Then funnel the rest of the hoppers alongside just like this, so that left hopper is facing all the way to the right one. On top of those hoppers, go ahead and place composters. Use the ladder if you need to. You will have to shift while placing those. On top of the composters, place 4 more hoppers like so. Place 4 buttons on top of those hoppers that you've placed. Now this is how everything should look. Place a temporary button right here with a permanent block on top of it and then break the button. You can collect it later. Place another block here on top of your machine. Go ahead and place 2 more blocks here and 2 more blocks over here. Place another temporary button. On top of the button, go ahead and jump and shift to place a block on top of it. Just like so. Place another temporary button. On top of the button, shift and jump and place a block just like that. Then break the temporary button. Connect those blocks all the way across to the other side like this. Place more buttons on the bottom of that block like so. Next, come over here. Place another button. On top of the button, place a block like so. Break that button. Connect these row of blocks like this. Now, take your dispensers and place them alongside, like that. Inside of each dispenser, place a single water bucket, just like this. Now, connect the roof with leaves. It doesn't matter which kind of leaves, as long as you have them. Do a really cool trick shot and land on the ladder like so, and extend those ladders up to the tippity top. Whilst you're up here, you're going to place a block here. Then you're gonna place a block here. Come to the other side and place a block here and here. That's how those should look behind those dispensers that we placed. place another row of 4 blocks like so. Then place redstone dust alongside them like so. On this exact block right here, place another block. Then place one more redstone dust on top of it. That is exactly how that should look. Come back down to the bottom and place 4 more blocks, just like this. On top of them, place 4 redstone. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now would also be a good time to pick up the trash that you dropped, you litter bug. Next, going creative and I'm just kidding. Build yourself a tiny staircase like this and place yourself an observer going up. Then go up with the staircase and place a total of 3 observers so they're facing up. If you don't know, up and down. When the arrow faces up, that means it's going up. Just like this. Underneath that block, those observers will send signals all the way up to our upper redstone. This lower redstone will transport through that target block into the observer. I actually have no idea what I just said, but I do know that it will work. Now come to the lever side of your build. Place a block right here and one more block below it. That is how that part should look. It almost kind of looks like a Tetris piece. Come back up to the top of your build and place one more ladder here. Otherwise, it's just gonna look weird. Then place 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks on top of those dispensers. Keep in mind that these are dispensers, they're not droppers. Tons of people make that mistake. Go around your build and now double check that you did everything correct. If you did anything wrong, Niagara Falls will water storm all of your build. Trust me, you don't want that. The easiest way to get your water inside of the chamber is to do a Hail Mary and leave your world and rejoin your world. Once you rejoin your world, some magic will just happen. And voila, your water has summoned. I found this to be quite more efficient than other methods. Now, go ahead and place yourself 4 kelp along on top of the sand, like so. You will now have to wait here for a full Minecraft. I'm just kidding. Now, if you are an impatient child and you flick that lever, then your farm most likely broke. Congratulations. If you were patient, then you will do the rest of this tutorial. Come down here like so, and place a sticky piston here. You might have to jump and place it to get it to face the right direction. There we go. As you can see, these are my sticky pistons, and these are my normal pistons. Don't make a mistake. Now, your tutorial has been complete. To finish, go ahead and place yourself a red bush and look at it for 5 seconds. Thank you for fulfilling my watch time. Simply right-click this lever right here, and your kelp will infinitely generate. If you guys like that farm, then you're gonna love this AFK automatic fish farm. Let's go ahead and take a look. Fishing for enchanted items, name tags, saddle, cod. This video covers 3 amazing fish farms from Minecraft Bedrock 1.21. These fish XP farms can be set up quickly and get you tons of free loot. The farms covered today will both include automatic and auto clicker farms, starting with farm number 1. For the materials for farm number 1, you're gonna need 2 chests, 1 hopper, 1 water bucket, a fence of your choice, pressure plate of your choice, 1 trapdoor of your choice, and a jukebox. You also need a mighty fishing rod. Give yourself a solid amount of space to work with, and you can build this pretty much anywhere. Alright, start by breaking 4 blocks just like this from left to right. You can then collect all those blocks, hop back out, and then place a chest here and a chest there, with 1 hopper going directly into that chest, and then an oak fence on top of that hopper, and a jukebox to the right here. Place a block on top of the jukebox, and then place your pressure plate on top of the fence. Lastly, place your trapdoor exactly right here. It'll be in between the plate and the dirt. Go ahead and then waterlog the fence exactly right here, making sure it's flowing to the right, not to the left. If it flows to the left, you likely did it wrong. Alright, let's grab our fishing rod. I highly recommend having Luck of the Sea or Lure, as they're going to increase your odds and give you better loot. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to stand on this chest right here, and we're going to right click in this precise spot. As soon as we do, the fishing bobber is going to go under that pressure plate, and it's going to activate that trap door. What's going to happen next is the game is going to simulate a fishing event, and then eventually a fish will come by, and it should just auto collect itself. And once that happens, all the loot should then go into the hopper, and then proceeding into the chest where you can collect everything, and then you should just get the XP right away. This farm will require an auto clicker. I would recommend you set the settings to what you see on the screen right now, 600 milliseconds. Keep it on right, and click type should be single, and you should repeat it until stop. Make sure you are positioned at the right angle, otherwise it won't work. There are plenty of auto clickers for Windows, mobile, but if you are on console and cannot access an auto clicker, do not fear. I do have this second farm that I would like to show you, which does not require an auto clicker, but do understand that auto clicking is the best method, and it is faster than not using it. Alright, for our second farm, you're gonna need a white banner, 5 trapdoors of your choice, 1 hopper minecart, 1 rail, 1 sign, 2
water buckets and a lava bucket. We can go ahead and just start by giving ourselves a decent sized area once again, and then breaking these 3 blocks exactly like this from left to right. Go ahead and go in there, collect all those items, and then just right here, go ahead and place a chest. Then come behind on the side right here and place a trapdoor like this. Then flick that trapdoor up, do the same thing with this trapdoor, and then one more right here, creating essentially a box around that chest for a total of 5. Then all you have to do is just break a 3x3 area of blocks, so this in total will be 4 blocks deep and 3 blocks wide. Next, go ahead and place a banner here, and then just go ahead and place your water bucket and waterlog the chest exactly like this, and then place another water right there, right next to the chest, and then it should be solid. Next, come down here and place a double chest. Next to it, place a hopper going right into the double chest. Oops, don't open it. Place a hopper going right into it, just like that. Place your rail on top of the hopper. Then the hopper minecart on top of the rail. We'll go ahead and break the chest right here and break the rail just so we can get it back. And then we'll place the chest back just like that. Next, go ahead and place a sign just behind that hopper minecart. And then place a solid block there, a solid block there, and a solid block here. Break this block, break that block just so you can get out. Place your lava bucket right there. It has to be right there. And then we'll break this block so we can still open the chest. Then you can keep that staircase there, no problem. Go ahead and grab that fishing rod. And once again, I recommend those enchantments so it can help you out. Then you're just going to right click manually right into the banner where the top of the chest is. And as you can see, we'll automatically trigger that fish event. And then we could just right click once again to get all the loot. And all the loot is going to go into those bottom hoppers. We can just do this indefinitely until we feel that we have an adequate amount of the resource that we are trying to obtain. And like once again, just come down here to obtain all of the loot that you receive.
This farm works by utilizing infestation, where armadillos are forced to constantly regenerate their health due to a zombie scare mechanic. The armadillos will provide silverfish, where our trident killers can finish them off, resulting in massive XP. This farm can be built anywhere, but it's recommended to avoid ice biomes as your water might freeze. These are the materials you will need. Make sure to check the description for detailed information and build dimensions. Let's get into the video.
Alright, before we place the first block, I want to mention it one more time that in the description is a bunch of detailed information. It also contains the wiki, which has most of your questions. When you get to the end of this video, most of your questions should be answered. With that aside, if you're curious about the build's dimensions, this is going to be 9 by 7 and it's 5 blocks roughly tall. So 9 by 7, 5 blocks tall. That is also in the description. If you're wondering what blocks you are allowed to use, you do not want to use any stone as your base block. You could use anything except for stone. This means stone bricks, cobblestone, stone, mossy stone. There's a lot of stone involved, okay? No stone. That is because we use infestation and the silverfish can get inside these blocks and it will cause a lot of problems for us later down the road. Oh, and one very important thing, make sure when you're building the farm, when I tell you where to place your sand, right in the beginning, you want to face west. Your entire build should be oriented west. If you guys aren't sure about your direction, just know. So right here, my sun starts at east, and eventually I will see the sunset on the west side of the world. Right, we are in our dimensions now, so we're going to go ahead and place 4 sand. This is 9, this is 7, just a reminder. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. This is our first sand block. We'll go a gap in between. We'll do another sand and just, you know, create a checkered pattern like so. Not a checkered pattern, I mean like a 4 on dice. So just create that pattern. Go ahead and break the block in the middle. This is where our zombie is going to go. We'll put it in there in just a second. Go ahead and place a block here, a block here, a block here, and a block here. These will be temporary blocks. My temporary block for the day is going to be orange concrete. I change it up every video. I just gotta have fun with it, right? All right, go ahead and place 3 more temporary blocks on top of this block over here. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and this in total should be 4. Go ahead and place a block in front of it, and it should look just like this. Now, there are 2 ways we can get our zombie inside. We can use a minecart system, and then just put the zombie in a minecart, or, you know, you can just lure it in survival. If you are luring the zombie and not using a minecart, just make sure to place a trap door like this, so the zombie gets tricked to fall off the edge. You could also use boats, by the way. Boats work great, however, it's a little slower. Once you get your zombie inside of the hole, you can go ahead and break these blocks, but go ahead and leave that one there for now. Let's grab a name tag and we can name it whatever we want. I'm gonna just say subscribe, you know, right? So then I could just go ahead and name that zombie. If you don't name the zombie, basically when you walk out of render distance, or actually simulation distance, then the zombie can despawn. So that's why we use a name tag. All right, go ahead and place 1 more temporary block right below this one, then break the top one, and then you want to place a permanent block right here, and then you could just break all of those temporary blocks because we do not need them anymore. Just make sure not to get hit by the zombie. But yep, this is how everything should be looking. Nice and simple. All right, let's go ahead and place 4 more temporary blocks just like this. We'll place 4, and on top of the temporary blocks, let's place a composter. Keep in mind, you do want to build up because you're going to be in survival most likely. So for that last one, just build up with it. because we're going to be on the top. And later on, we will remove those temporary blocks. Or actually, you know what? You could just do it now. It doesn't matter. You do it now or later. You now should have one block like this in the middle. Go ahead and jump up and place another block. Shift just like this. Place a block right here and shift and place another block right there. Then just fill this whole thing in. So one block there and one block there. So in total, we placed 6 blocks. We got 3 and below it, we got 3. Just a quick view around it. This is how it looks. All right, go ahead and place a temporary block right here. We're going to place it right here. And then on the left side, place a fence and do the same thing on the right side. Just like that, if I can place it, and then break that. Do the same thing over here with the temporary block. You might have to shift, and then a fence there and a fence there. Break the temporary block. All right, directly to the left of this middle block right here, the one we were standing on earlier, go ahead and place a leaf to the left of it. It can be any leaf type, it doesn't matter. And do the same thing on the right, place another leaf. So it should be the composter, and diagonal up should be your leaf. All right, looking back at the middle block again, go ahead and place a redstone dust right here. On top of the leaf, go ahead and place another permanent block. I'm going to be using smooth stone just because I think it looks better on your eyes, just to show you. Looks better if you differentiate those blocks. So you should have one there. You should have another one right here. Put another one in front of it, same over here, and then same behind. So you're just doing 3 across on both sides. Just draw a line. All right, on all the blocks we just placed, go ahead and draw a line of redstone on top of them. So we have 3 there, and then we just have that one in the middle. We're gonna stand right here, and we're gonna go ahead and shift and click on that leaf just like that. And you should have a block there to the right of the leaf, and then place a block in front of it, place another block here, and then draw it out for another row. So 1, 2, 3. In total, you should have 6, and then place one more right here behind. This is going to be all of our redstone. We're going to show you how to do it real quick. Go ahead and place a lever, right click the lever, place a comparator in front of it, right click the comparator, then place redstone here, here, and then basically on all the other blocks. As soon as you do that, you're going to notice that it rapidly creates a circuit. Right click it again to turn it off. That's pretty much all of our redstone. We're completely done with that. All right, on this left side right here, go ahead and place a block just like we did on that right side, but instead of extending this like we did over there, we're just going to draw a line of 3 blocks. Very simple. It's going to look a little uneven on your eyes, but that's completely fine. All right, we now need to get armadillos inside of each composter, but we do not want them to escape, so just watch how I do it and you should be completely fine. We're gonna break these fences that we placed for now, and we'll do a temporary staircase. So we'll place a block there, we'll place a block right here, and just like that we can make a rail system going up. Now all you have to do is place a minecart, get the armadillo inside of the minecart. By the way, there are other ways to get your armadillo inside. This is just the method I will be using, and then all you have to do is just push the armadillo up, and then it should get in there. Just make sure to push it all the way, the most you can. And to not hit the armadillo, you can just look at these 4 pixels right here and look on the corner, and then once you're looking on the corner, you could just break it, and there you go, your armadillo is inside. I'd recommend 2 armadillos per composter. If you have an extremely high-end device, you should go to 5 armadillos per composter. Theoretically, you could go up to 10, 20, 30, 40. I mean, like, you could go forever, but the more armadillos you add, the more lag you are going to experience. It really comes down to what device you're playing on. High-end device, more armadillos. Once you get all those armadillos back in there, you could just do the temporary block and then place your fence in front of it. Do the same thing back over here. We could break that staircase and temporary block. And actually, I needed that. What was I thinking? Once you do that, your armadillos should not be able to escape. Let's go ahead and grab our water now. And all you have to do is waterlog the leaf. It doesn't matter which side you do it on. Just pick a side. So I'm going to pick this side. I'm going to waterlog the leaf. And I'll do the same thing on this side. Waterlog the leaf. You will then notice on the opposite side as well that it's already waterlogged. So you don't need to do anything there. After you do your water, this is how it's going to look at the bottom. You should notice that your zombie, after some time, it takes around 30 seconds, should turn into a drowned. You don't have to worry though, because your drown will still have the same name tag as the zombie. So glad that's a feature. That would suck if it wasn't the case. All right, I recommend right now, if you can, just drop a wooden shovel, a wooden sword, something very cheap. Drop it into the drown's path. So just break a block right here and then just find something. I'll give it a netherite sword. I don't know if it will take it. Yep, it took it, okay? So maybe don't give it a netherite sword, but just give it a cheap sword. All right, the last thing we have to do is our trap doors. When you place your trap doors, make sure you face away from this block. So we're going to stand right here. We're going to shift. Actually, you don't have to shift. I don't know why I said that. And place a trap door above the fence. So you're basically looking away from your build. Do the same thing over here. When you right click the trap doors, this is the direction that they should be facing. You then want to turn around and place your second set of trap doors directly above it. And and then we're placing one here, we're placing one here, and then you'll notice that the trapdoor flicks into the build. So this one flicks away, this one flicks in. All right, now we're gonna do our trident system. I would recommend 2 tridents per armadillo. So if you have 2 armadillos, that would be 4 tridents. However, you know, if you don't have enough tridents, you can just do 2 tridents per trapdoor. But if you just do 1, you might run into some issues. You can just play around with it and see what works for you. Just remember to make backups of your world so you don't lag out and crash. All right, we're gonna go ahead and just throw 3 into each. So we'll go 1, 2, and 3. You should be aiming at around this area. You're just aiming into the trapdoor. That's 2, and that's 3. Once you have your tridents on each trapdoor, all you have to do is break the trapdoors like this. When you right-click this now, it should be making a sound like the tridents are moving up and down. All right, guys, you are actually completely done. All you have to do is craft your infestation, and you're gonna throw your infestation on this block. We then just have to place our cactus on the bottom. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. You're just placing it on top of the sand. And we'll place our infestation potion right here. Then all you have to do is right-click that lever, and everything should be good to go. So let's just confirm that both sides are indeed spawning. And yeah, we're good to go. So all of that XP is going to us.
If you guys liked brewery time and that awesome XP farm, then let's take a look at the best auto sorter for Bedrock. Auto sorting in Minecraft can be quite ambiguous. Redstone and logic that seems simple, yet conceal layers of intricate precision behind their facade. Today, we're gonna turn complex into simple with today's automatic cycler auto sorter system that will work in your Minecraft Bedrock 1.21 world. Grab a snack, kick it back, relax, subscribe, and let's get into today's video. Today's video is supported by Bisect Hosting. Use my link in the description and code MineMens at checkout for 25% off your first Minecraft server. Alrighty, everybody, here's the build right behind me. If you need the materials for this build, it's going to be in the description below. Also, fair warning, if you skip something in this video, that is your fault, not mine. So don't comment saying it doesn't work. Let's go ahead and grab some items to show you basically what's gonna happen. Boom, 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 boom. Beautiful, just like that. As soon as you toss the items in, they're gonna go up through the glass because the glass kind of acts as an elevator, and it will cycle all the way around in somewhat of a circle. What's nice about this is, let's say the hopper, you know, doesn't collect everything because you have too many items or something gets stuck. Well, it'll just go around and around and around until the hopper takes it. Now you're probably wondering, what happens if I have an item that's not in the item sorter? Well, then it goes to a junk compiler system that I'll show you at the end of the video. With the configuration you see in this video, you can have up to 27 different items. However, there is no limit stopping you from expanding this farm even further. If you need the build's dimensions, like the size, it's going to be in the description. I'm going to be going fairly quick. Don't mess up. Make sure you pay attention. You don't want to end up like Joey over here, or Joey over there. Do not be a Joey. Go ahead and take your droppers, not your dispensers. Break 2 blocks right below you or anywhere in the ground and place them facing the sky, just like that. Place solid blocks and do the same thing on the left and do the same thing on the right. Go ahead and place a glass here and a glass there. Next, go ahead and break this left block and break the right block. Break the left block right here again and break the right block. You will have 1 solid dirt there. You're going to do it 1 more time. So 1 and 2. Now you should just have like a 2x2 area of dirt right below those droppers. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and break this dirt right here, and you're going to shift just like I'm doing and jump up, or, you know, just stand over it and place an observer there. Break these 2 dirt, by the way. And next, you need to come down here and you need to place 1 more observer going down. So you see this arrows facing up, just place another one going down. Easiest way to do that is to mine below and just do that. Since I'm in a super flat world, I do need to break the bedrock. Not a big deal if you're in a normal survival world though. You're gonna hear this clicking noise. If you don't want to hear it throughout the video in your world, go ahead and place a lever here and right click it. That will turn it off completely. You do not need to break the observers. Go ahead and break these 3 blocks right here just so we can access it later. 1, 2, and 3. Take a hopper going into that dropper right here and take a hopper going into that dropper right here. Go ahead and place a chest here and a chest here. All right, on the back side here, you want to go up by 12. We already placed 1, so go up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So from the top to the bottom, that's 12 blocks. Same thing on the right side right here. On this side and this side, you're going to go up by 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 9, and 10. Do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 9, and 10. Go ahead and fill in this glass, matching the 10, just like that. And do the same thing over here. Go ahead and do another row right here, and then have it go all the way up to the top like this, down to the bottom like that. Next, we're going to do our ice. Make sure it's blue ice. In Minecraft, we have ice, packed ice, and blue ice. If it's not blue ice, you're going to have problems.
Just trust me on that.
If you wish to roll the dice, be my guest. You'll place your blue ice right here. That's 1, that's 2, and then that's 3, and then that's 4. Alright, do not place another glass right here.
Instead, just place a normal block, and then place 1 more normal block just like this. So that's a total of 4, and this is what it looks like going all the way around. Go ahead and test this system real quick. We'll come back down here. We're going to flick this lever to turn it back on, and then we'll go ahead and place some items into the chest right here. And as you can see, it is indeed working. It's going going all the way up to the top, and it's going right here. So everything is working perfectly. If your items are spewing out on the side or something isn't happening right, your glass is incorrect. For the sake of simplicity, I would recommend you place a trapdoor here and then place some ladders. That way you can get up and out of this machine at the bottom. And then for now, I'm going to keep that lever active. That way I don't hear that clicking noise throughout this whole tutorial because it's going to drive me insane. All right, we are now going to place our ice. This is very specific, okay? Right here on the left, we're going to go this way by 14. So since we already placed 1, we just have to place 13 in front. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. On this right side right here, we're going to go to the right by 5. Not counting this one. This one does not count. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if I were to measure from here to here, that would be 6 blue ice in total. And if you want to double check your work real quick, from this blue ice right here to this blue ice right here, that is a total of 9. And then that blue ice to that blue ice, that is 14. So you have 14, 9. All right, now all you have to do is just match it. So I don't know how you can mess that. All you can do is just bring it all the way over here, and you match it with that one, and boom. I'm sure somebody out there is going to somehow mess that up, though. I'm going to laugh. All right, now we're going to place our honey blocks. To do that, you're going to just place a temporary block right there, place a honey block there, and place a honey block there. Take the temporary block, you got honey. You're going to do the same thing on the right side. So just come all the way over here and place your temporary block, and place honey, and place honey. It is that simple, honey. And this is on the side that we started on, not that side. All right, we're going to place 2 more honey blocks. We're going to go this side. So here we are. We're going to go over there, and you're going to place your temporary block there, and place your honey, in the temporary, and then come over here, place your block, and place your honey. Just like that. All right, on the left side right here, go ahead and fill this in with slabs, not solid blocks. So a solid block looks like that, right? And guess what a slab looks like? Well, it looks like a slab. It's half. It is not a full block. Just gonna fill that in all the way over there. Easy. Now, what do you think we're gonna do on the other side? Oh, we're gonna do the same thing. So just go all the way across. All right, so on the left and right, you got your slabs going across. Come to the back side over here, and you're gonna place a block there on that honey, and on the single honey over here, place a block, and then just connect this all the way across. And come to the front side right here, just stretch this all the way across like that, and do the same thing over here like that. So now everything is complete. Now the inner layer is very difficult. Like, it's really hard because all you do is you just, wrap it around and that is your inner layer. No magic, no weird stuff. All right, it is now time to place buttons. Unfortunately, this is going to hurt. All right, so if we are looking at the 2 glass right here, right? There's the glass and there's the glass. This is the right side of the glass. Go ahead and go up to the tippy top right there where that glass is. Then come over here right there. You see how it's all lined up? And then just go 1 block to the right. So boom. All right, we're going to place another button, counting from this left corner right here. As you can see, we'll go up by 7. So that's 1, 5, 6, and 7. Next button after that is really easy because you just go all the way over here, and then you just place it. And then on the right side right here, you're going to place a button, go 1 block from the corner, and place it right there. And for our final button, all you have to do is match that middle button right here, and just follow it across and place your button. All right, come to the front of your build now, and place your water bucket right here, and then it will flow all the way over there. You can then place another water bucket right there. On that honey block right there, place another water bucket. Do not place it here. It has to be on the honey right there. Now, do not place a water bucket on the honey over here. Instead, just place it on the wall that we placed, just like that. All right, and then the last one right here on the right is where you'll place your water bucket. You're only placing them in the designated spots. If you did everything correctly, go ahead and throw an item right here, and you will see it will go all the way around in a 360 degree. All right, I would highly recommend you just get rid of your water right now, because if you don't, any mistake you make later on is going to destroy everything. And, knowing you as a viewer, you probably will make a mistake. All right, believe it or not, we're almost done. So starting in the front, we're going to go all the way to the left right here, and we're going to place 2 temporary blocks right here. So 1 and 2, just like that. And then we're going to extend this all the way across, just like that. And the reason we did that is because now we can come in here, and we can go like that and crouch, and we can place hoppers into these blocks that we just placed going this way. And then if we come around right here and we break all those blocks, we now have all of the hoppers facing towards us. Now we need to do the same thing below, but the opposite. So the easiest way to do that is to place temporary blocks right here going all the way across, and then place hoppers going into those blocks just like that. All right, this is a hybrid item system. Basically, that means we're going to place a block there and a block there, and we're going to repeat that going all the way across. If you're wondering why I'm using red and green, that is to simply make it easier on your eyes. And I would actually recommend you use 2 different blocks as well, because it just makes it easier to identify each space. Everything I'm doing on this side side is going to be exactly the same over here. So if you want to knock both out at the same time, go ahead and do so. I will now refer to the red as sorter A. I will refer to the green as sorter B. Sorter A, go ahead and place a temporary block right there, and then a permanent block there, breaking the temporary, and down diagonal. Now place a block in front of it like that. Then below that one, place your temporary block, permanent block, breaking that one. That is how that looks. You can also go to minermens.com/sorter for a full picture. Now what we're going to do is just kind of wrap it around. So place a temporary block there, permanent block there, break that one, and then one more time, temporary, permanent, break that one. So that is kind of the design you get. Then do not forget, go to the back side right here and place a block there. All right, so looking at it this way, we're going to flip around just like this and take a comparator, and we're going to place it right there. Do not right click the comparator, leave it normal. We can take redstone dust, place it there, and then place it there. Then we just take a repeater right here and we face it this way. Take your repeater and place it into this block like that. Don't touch the repeater, don't put it on any ticks. We're then just going to come to this side right here, and you're going to place a redstone torch right there. So that is how sorter A looks. It's exactly the same for all these red blocks as you see. All right, sorter B, the green one. We have to do this one a little bit differently. Here's some education here, because if we were to just, bring it all the way across and we did it exactly the same, they intertwine, and that is a problem when it comes to item sorter. So what we'll do instead, since that is one block lower, we'll just kind of do the opposite. So here we go. Place your temporary block, permanent on top, and then we'll bring this out by 3. 1, 2, 3. And shamefully, I must say it does. Yeah, we won't talk about it. Similar concept, but not quite. You're going to come down here, place a block, and then break that one. Since we already placed this, it's going to be a little bit easier. Place a block there, and then place a block there. And then this is coming down by 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then just place it back up right there. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, looking like an upside down Christmas tree. And fill this in and fill that in. And it's essentially opposite. So instead of a repeater right here, like we did over there, we'll just put redstone dust. And like I said, it's opposite. So instead of redstone dust over here, it's just a repeater going into that block. Next, place a redstone dust here, a redstone dust here, and then a redstone dust right there. And then facing this way, just like we did this one, we'll place a comparator there. But only for this one, it's a second comparator. So we have one there, and then we have one right there. And, just to make it easier, you could just honestly start doing that now if you want. And then for sorter B, it is exactly the same behind with the redstone torches. So a redstone torch right there. To make this even easier on yourself, you could just literally drag all of this out right here, just like that. And then we could just fill in all of that. We could just literally do that, do that, do that, do that. And then you could just literally go one by one like we did over here. So just make sure you do A, B, A, B, A, B. And then like I said, it's exactly the same on the other side. What we need to do is define which sorter has which item. The way we do that is really simple. We take an anvil and we name an item anything we want, but it has to be, a weird name. You can't just name it dirt. So we're going to name it blocker 00. Then I will take that block and I will go to sorter A right here. Sorter A, as you can see, I already have sticks. You can use dirt, sticks, dead bush, doesn't matter. All right. And you're going to spread them out like this. So 1, 1, 1. And then on that final row, you're going to place 18. It has to be like this. And basically what happens for sorter A, as you can see, every time that item is going in, it's triggering the correct pulse, and it's just enough pulse to trigger it to go then back down. That is our first sorter for sorter A. This is going to sort diamonds. So for sorter B, which is the green one, it is going to be quite similar. So for this one, I am doing gold, and then 1, 1, 1, just like we did over there, but instead of 18, it's going to be 16. So all you have to remember is it's 16 for green and 18 over here for red. I think you get the point. You're just going to do this for all these item sorters. All right, storage time. On the left side right here, you're just going to place your chest just like that. Make sure it is long ways. You don't want to place it this way. That's a problem. Don't do that. Make sure it's like this, and then take a hopper going down, and then do a double chest, then do another double chest, and then right here at the bottom, leave it like that. And then under it at the bottom, you could just place 2. You can then just do this for all of them. So just bring this all the way out, matching the one above. And then, yeah, it's just super simple. You're just literally going to do exactly the same thing, just like that. The same thing. Nothing changes. You're doing that all the way up to the top. But yeah, guys, that's basically everything. Go ahead and replace your water, or if you never broke it in the first place, then you're fine. And you could just make sure that lever is flicked on and just throw those items that you want to sort in there just like that. Throw them all in there. It's then going to automatically go up to the top. And yeah, everything's just going to sort. This build, your junk compiler is going to be right here. And you just, on the right side right here, you just literally place it there. And then as you can see, all the junk items just like spew out there. So take with that what you will. Design design it however you want. For the sake of simplicity, you could just literally do that if you'd like. Oh, and one more thing, if you want to have items in the back right here, nothing changes. All you're going to do is just do the same thing we did in the front right here, but with slabs. So just like that, as you can see, then you would just basically do the red, green, red, green, red, green, just like that. You can fit an additional 6 item sorters in the back. If this isn't enough storage for you, your other option is to stack it vertically, or what you could do is you could make this segment right here longer. So instead of having 2 runways right here, you could have 4, 6, 8, as much as your simulation distance can handle. If you like that auto sorter, let's take a look at an automatic AFK blaze rod farm in Minecraft Bedrock. Before we begin, these are the materials you will need. In Minecraft, blazes will indeed die to powdered snow. However, this method will not enable them to drop blaze rods. Using trident killers does indeed work, but in terms of efficiency, it's quite suboptimal. You'd be relying on Minecraft AI pathing, so I'm pretty sure you don't want to put your money on that. Given their nature, you can't use lava or fire to kill them, but fun fact, if you have a tame wolf, the wolf can actually trigger blaze rods to drop. That is if the wolf doesn't die in the process. Flash potions, cactus, TNT, not gonna work. Blazes will not fly in cobwebs, but then again, cobwebs are cobwebs. And lastly, given the fact that a blaze can fly, it doesn't take fall damage. Consider it a chicken. But in this tutorial, we'll be using a simple lava push method, as seen in many other tutorials. Credit where credit's due. Let's get started.
Alright everybody, so the first thing you want to do is obviously find yourself a blaze spawner. When you come into the blaze spawner room, go ahead and take torches and just kind of go all the way around like this. I did not put these in the material list because you could also just put like blocks around it, so. And then I would just also block this off, that way you don't, get attacked by other mobs. And then you could put like a torch right there, and then that will stop wither skeletons or anything from spawning inside of here. Walking in front of the spawner, so if we're walking this way, just to show you, you're going to want to make sure there's 3 blocks to the left and 3 blocks to the right. Only on the left and right, okay? So if we're facing this way, let's just say we walk into this room. On the left and right, we want it 3 blocks out. So I'm going to break that block, and then I'm going to break that block. As you can see, that's 1, 2, and 3. And this side, 1, 2, and 3. You could just break the sides as well. Break all of these. So just to show you, 1, 2, and 3. We'll do it on this side as well. 1, 2, 3, and then just fill all that in. All right, so now everything looks like this. Over here, you only want it to be 2 blocks out. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, and then on that third one, place a block and then start building your walls just like this. Then same thing behind it. So just to show you, on the left side, 3 in front of it, technically, 1, 2, and then behind it right here, 1, 2 as well, okay? And then you could break these and then just connect the walls around. So just do that and then break that. And then we could just break these as well and connect everything. So now if we're standing directly in front of the spawner, we have 3 blocks to the left and right, 2 blocks in front of it, and 2 blocks behind it. Directly above the spawner, you should be able to place 2 blocks just like this, 1, 2. I believe all blaze spawner rooms will automatically, have it like this. But for example, let's say yours is higher or lower. Just make sure you fill it in so it's only 2 blocks high. So in this case, I don't have to do anything up here. So I'm going to break those. And then on top of this spawner, go ahead and place a stone slab. This just stops the blazes from spawning like directly on top of the spawner. You can break all these fences that are probably going to be near your spawner as well. Just it looks better if you just have this all filled in. That way there's just nothing peeking through. All right, so now we have all that filled in and we can get that just like so. Okay, so hopefully this is making sense. It's super simple. 2 blocks up and then 2 over here, 2 behind it, 3 to the left, 3 to the right. Now we want to break the entire floor. So from this corner to that corner, we want to break the floor. So we're going to break it all like this. And we want to break the floor down to 3 blocks. So just to show you, we want to make it 3 blocks deep. So just like this, we'll break that level as well. And then that's 2 blocks. So we just want to go 1 more to make it 3 blocks deep. And then just like that, 3 blocks deep. But you might have to fill like this part in. And then yeah, that is how everything should look. We can then go ahead and break all of that. And you could also fill this in as well. So that you could just fill all this in. So now everything looks just like this. My advice to you, if you want to make an entry point into this area, you're not going to ever need to come in here. But if you want to, right over here, you can just break these 2 blocks like so. And then place like a different kind of block, like iron blocks, gold blocks, some sort of block pattern that is like a marker to signal like a door. Then you can just place it like this. It just lets you know that that's how you get in, and then you can just mine it and then get in that way. But for now, we don't have to deal with that. So I'm going to fill this up. If you want to go ahead and polish around, you can as well. For me, since it's the tutorial, it doesn't really matter how it looks. It's kind of ugly, but it's whatever. It works. Directly below the spawner right here for 3 blocks, you're going to want to break 3 on the side. So the easiest way to do that is to go 3 down. And then to the left, break that block. And just to show you, we're in front of it. So when I say in front, I'm referencing the 3 on the sides, okay? And then break that one, and then just like that, we'll have 3 blocks broken. So this is how it should look, just to show you. So once you have the 3 in the middle, everything on the sides will be 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. And if you're curious, from the corners also will be 2. Now what we can do is go ahead and grab our signs. It doesn't matter what kind of signs you have. Place 3 just like this. You got 3, and you could do it on this side as well, it doesn't matter. And then directly above them, just to show you, I'm shifting right on top of the sign. Place a sign just like that. So all you're gonna do is shift and then right click directly on top of that hitbox right there, and then right there. Okay, so now you have 3, and then you have 3 down there. Go ahead and break any block just to get down there, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna break this block, and then you want to break these 3 down here. So 1, 2, and 3. Just be careful not to break your signs. And then once you do that, you can just go ahead and fill that in. Now you'll be standing in here. All you want to do is break another 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then that will be a total of 1, 2, 3 blocks high. We want to bring it down to 4. So just like this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to break 2 blocks in front of you or behind you. It doesn't matter. Just don't do it on the sides right here. As you can see, you want to do it on one of these walls. So we'll pick this side since everything is just going to be in one side. Makes it easier. You'll break these 3 and then the 3 below it. And like I said, you could do it over there as well. Doesn't matter. And then you could break these 3 as well. And then those 3, and we already broke that one. And then above right here, go ahead and break these 3. So if we're standing here and we go in here, just break these 3. So 1, 2, and 3. This should be a 3x3 area just to show you. And we can make it a 4x3 just like this. So now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 to the sides. And then break the roof as well in here. And then go ahead and leave this one. You don't have to break that one. Now all you have to do is put 3 blocks here. So 1, 2, 3. And then just take 3 slabs and place them right here. So 1, 2, and 3. All right. And then in here, it doesn't really matter what you do. You can expand this all you want. You can expand it over here. You can expand it over there. Probably connect this realistically like somewhere outside, that way you can get in and out easily, but up to you. Our main focus point is over here. What you do over here, not my concern. You want to place a chest right here in the middle. You could put it on the left, you could put it on the right, or you could just do a double chest, up to you. We'll place a single chest right there, and then go ahead and break this block and this block to the left of that chest, and then break these 3, and then break that one, and that will allow you to get in. And just like this, what we want to do is go over here, place a hopper that goes this way into that chest, and then we're gonna jump and place a hopper going into this hopper. So just like that, and the double check it works. Drop a block in there, goes to the chest, and then we're gonna do the same thing on this side, but we'll back out so we don't get stuck in there. A hopper going into that hopper, just like that. Very simple. All the hoppers going right into the chest. Place the block under there, and then fill that back in, and then just place a block here and a block there. All right, and now we want to go back to the top. The easiest way to do that is, like I said, just mine your way out. I have an entry point over here, or yours is probably going to be directly above, so you could just break that block, break those 2 blocks, and then you could ladder yourself up there if you wanted to. You don't have to, but if you wanted to place ladders just like that, you could go right back up to the top, and there you are. Remember those marker blocks I told you to place, just so you know how to get in? Those were those right there. All right, the next thing you want to do is make a staircase going down, or, you know, just like a place you can stand on. So I'm gonna place a block right here. Go ahead and grab lava. You need 4 lava buckets as per the material list. And you're gonna place a lava bucket in that corner, a lava bucket in that corner, and watch out for that fire, and then 1 in this corner right here. And then what you can do is just literally break that block, and it'll get burned. All right, so we can go ahead and fill this in. You can use solid blocks or tinted glass. So however you want to style this, completely up to you. You can also break this now. That way you can get in and out. And then this will be basically your viewing room. I know a lot of you out there are going to have like really cool designs for this. So if you want to join the Discord and share like whatever designs you come up with, feel free to. I'd love to check them out. But now all we have to do is just come down here. And when we're down here, we just want to make sure we're in hard mode. I was in peaceful mode for the sake of this tutorial. Blazes will spawn right in here. And I almost forgot, guys. Actually, I'm sorry. I know I'm going off. I'm breaking the 4th wall. We want to make sure that these are broken as well. So it's not a big problem. You could just break one of the parts, and then you'll be able to get in here and break those. The blazes will then like sink down into here. And I find it's actually easier if you break these 2 blocks right here, and then those 2 blocks, and then you can get right below, and you can just start swinging. And as soon as you swing, blaze rods will go into the chest. If you want more loot, all you have to do is enchant your sword to looting 3, 2, or 1. I would recommend is, you see how we have 1 spawner here? Well, sometimes you'll get 2 right next to each other. So we have 1 right here, right? So now we could have double the raids on top of looting. Yeah, I would fully recommend that you expand it with a second system. So just look for a fortress that has a blaze spawner there and a blaze spawner there.
If you like that blaze mob farm, then let's stay with mobs and build an awesome Enderman farm. Let's take a look.
Endermen can become a great challenge when you're simply trying to farm a few ender pearls. Instead of facing yourself against opposing odds, you can use this easy Enderman farm that works for Minecraft Bedrock 1.21. You'll earn massive amounts of XP and have access to an unlimited supply of ender pearls. Before we begin, these are the materials you will need.
Alright everyone, once you have all your materials that you need, it's also in the description if you're confused, you're going to want to make your way to the end dimension. Preferably, you'll probably want to kill the ender dragon, although it's not a requirement. If you don't, it's just going to bother you throughout this building process. Keep in mind, this farm is designed to be efficient in the easiest way possible. Of course, there are more complicated methods out there that can get you even more rates, but like I said, this is for beginners or for people who just got themselves into the end and want to get themselves set up something fairly quickly. So with that being said, you want to make your way to the edge of any part of the island, so I'm going to go to the edge over here. It doesn't matter what Y level you're on, as long as you're on the edge. You then are going to build into the void by 128 blocks, so that's 2 stacks of 64, and 2 stacks of leaves, guys, not solid blocks, 2 stacks of leaves. So just like this, we're going to go all the way into the void. Depending how good of a bridger you are, you may be able to do it like I'm doing, or you might need to like Java bridge your way there. All right, and we made it. All right, so coming from this leaf block now, we are 128 blocks out. We're going to do a row of 3, so 1, 2, and 3, just like that, 3 across, and we're going to go out by 4. So 1, 2, 3, that's 2 rows. We want to make 4. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So just to show you, that's the bridge, and that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and this is going out by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On this left leaf block right here, let's go out by 2. So 1, 2, oh, just like that. And on the right side, do the same thing. Take your double chest and place it right here. All right, to the left of this leaf block right here, place a solid block and do the same thing on the right side. You want to have this block go up by 3, so that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3, for a total of 4 blocks. Same thing on the right side, just like this, for a total of 4 blocks. You can then go ahead and place 3 ladders over here, 1, 2, 3, and 3 more over here. That's 6. You now want to take 3 more blocks and place them just like this. Alright, so now that we got those ladders there, we want to just do our hoppers. This is really simple. So you're going to crouch just like this, as if you were Java bridging. We're going to place 1 hopper into that chest, just like this. So just to show you, that hopper is going into the chest. Just make sure all of them are going right into that chest. You can use your third-person perspective to double check that. On the left side right here, we'll place 3 more. So there's 1, that one's going there, 2, that one's going there, and 3, that one's going there. We'll turn around and do the same thing, 1, 2, and 3. And just to show you, they are all going into that double chest. All right, we now want to place carpets all over these hoppers. It doesn't matter what carpet you have. I'm using red carpet. I think it looks the best. You just want to make sure all the hoppers are covered. By doing the carpet like this, we make sure all the XP orbs are going on top and nothing's getting stuck in the hoppers. We can now go ahead and extend this out. So from this block over here, we're going to go to this corner. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then instead of dragging this all the way across, we'll simply place a block here, and we'll place a block here, and we'll leave that middle one empty. Just like we did on the corners over here, we'll raise this up by 3. So counting that first one, that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Do the same thing over here, 1, 2, and 3. By 1, I just mean that first one, and then 2, and then 3. Connect these all the way across, just like this. On this side, you could do the same thing. And then over here, just leave this completely empty. You don't want to drag this all the way across. There's no need. We'll do the same thing with the ladders like we did on that side, but over here. So we'll go 1, there's 2, and there's 3 if we can get there. Do the same thing over here. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. And then that's all of our ladders. So we just copied the same thing from that other side, just to show you. We have our ladders over there. That's going to make it so we can get up and down in our build, just like this. Now, on top of all these solid blocks, on the top only, we want to place leaves. So just like this. Do the same thing over there, bring that across, just like this, and just like this. Drag it all the way across. It's going to make sure Endermen can't get to the top. You also want to put carpet here, 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 and also on these blocks as well, and on these two. Carpet there, and carpet there. We place all the carpet here so the Enderman can't pick up any of the blocks. For my testing, sometimes they do pick up the blocks, sometimes they don't. So it's best to just void that out by doing this. Alright guys, so this is how everything should look. You should have that big long leaf platform from the center island. Then coming all the way out here, you have this mini platform that we created. You can also expand this left and right if you want to. However, do not expand the leaf all the way around this little area that we created. For example, if you were to go here, here, and then go all the way over here, that would be a problem because the Endermen are going to travel on it. So just don't do that. Make sure the platform does not go around. The way you're going to get from this side to that side is going to be using the ladders. Right here, we can place a slab. We could do the same thing here, and then right on top, right here. 3 across. We're now going to go to the other side. You can use the ladders, and if you don't want to take fall damage, all you have to do is step onto this block. If you enjoy my content and want to support the channel, then consider becoming a member today. Members get access to exclusive maps, world downloads, and more. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's jump back into the video. We're now going to go 18 blocks in front. So right here, that's 1. And you might need a shift just like this. So that's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17, and 18. So from right here to right here, that's 18. We're going to bring it out just 2 more to make it 20. So there's 19 and there's 20. So from over here all the way to over here, that's 20 blocks. You can make this 3 across just by placing blocks here and placing blocks here and dragging this all the way across. We're just going to fill all of this in. By making it 3 across, that's going to make sure the Endermen don't fall into the void. It's also going to make it easier for us to travel on. Alright, so now that we're on this 20 block long platform from the red carpet over there, all we have to do is place another 3 in the front. So 1, 2, and 3. This is going to be part of our platform right here. So we're separating from these blocks right here. So we're going to go 1 over there, and we'll go 1 over there, just like this. And that's how everything should look. Now that's our little bridge that we made. And then this is the platform, just to show you. So from right here over there, we're going to go 29 blocks in front. So that's 1, that's 2, 3, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 28, 29, and there we go. So now this is 29 blocks long from this block all the way over to this block right here. That's 29 blocks. So not counting this one. And then this should be 5 blocks long right here. In both directions, you're going to go 13 blocks. So from right here, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The same thing over here. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, and this is how everything should look so far. Now, all you have to do is just drag these all the way across and fill them in. So just like this, we'll fill all this in, and we're going to line it up with that block over there. And I think you guys can understand what we're doing now. So just like that, we have that connected. We'll do the same thing on this side. And just like that, we are all lined up. I feel like I'm playing Bed Wars again. Anybody else feel like they're playing Bed Wars? So now all we have to do now is just fill this whole thing in with blocks. So you're just going to fill all of it in slowly but surely. All right, guys, and now my platform is completely done. So the only thing you have to do now is put your game in hard mode. I was in peaceful mode, so we'll put the game in hard mode. And preferably, you want to enchant your sword with sharpness 5, and I would also enchant it with looting 3. Unlike other Enderman farms, we don't actually have to have Endermite bait. That's not needed in this farm. Like I said, this is optimized for beginners and to be as efficient as possible. All we have to do is put ourselves into survival mode, and all we have to do is look directly at these Endermen. They're then going to aggro themselves and come all the way over here, and all we have to do is just sit here and hit all of them. As you can see, we're already getting a bunch, so I'm just going to hit all these Endermen, and there we go. Those ones are gone, and then all of those Ender Pearls are going to go into the chest. So I just got 7 Ender Pearls in less than 10 seconds. Most of the XP should come to you. As you can see, I have 2 XP, but if it doesn't all the way come to you, all you have to do is stand over here and stand over here as well. And I didn't mean to break that carpet, so I'll place that back. But yeah, guys, that's basically the farm. You're able to walk on this platform if you'd like. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you're looking down when you're walking, because if you look up and you accidentally look at one of them, that's going to be a problem. Like I said earlier, do not create blocks to go around. Just use the ladders. So I hope you guys did enjoy this farm. It's very simple. Look how much I'm already getting. Wow, I already have 10 Ender Pearls in less than a single minute. If you guys have any questions, please jot it down in the comment section, but I have faith that you guys will be able to do this no problem. Join the Discord server to become a part of an everlasting mini community today. As always, oh, I'm dead. Well, bye-bye.
I don't listen to the haters, man, I treat them like the enemy. Had a couple traitors, man, but now they know the penalty. I tell them, see you later.
Let's build this zombie spawner that'll gain you tons of XP in your world. This farm uses a T-flop duel system, allowing you to AFK and automatically kill the mobs. These are the materials you will need. Alright guys, so let's begin. But before we do, let me just clarify that this will work for a zombie spawner and a skeleton spawner. If you're looking for one for a spider spawner, I have a full video on that, but it's not going to be this video, okay? So the first thing you want to do is place 4 torches around this spawner. That's going to stop the mobs from spawning, so when you come in here, just do that right away. After you do the torches, go ahead and break your chest just like that, and then we could just do that to get rid of the items. Stand on top of the spawner like this, and go 3 blocks in front of you. Mine those 2 just like this, and then mine all the way around. So we're going to mine there, we'll mine there. there. We're gonna mine these as well, and we're gonna go all the way around just like this. After you do that, collect all those blocks, and then we could mine the ones above as well. So as you can see, if we're standing on top of the spawner, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks in all directions, and then up there we're gonna just mine as well. So we'll mine all of that just like this. Super easy, nothing hard. And then we should have roughly 2 stacks of block now. What you can do is fill all of these in. So we'll fill this in, we'll fill that, we'll fill all this in just because we don't want it to connect to the outside caves. We'll fill all this in, and just like that, and we'll go pick up this block as well. All right, and then you'll notice that there's 3 blocks above that spawner. What we want to do is the same thing below the spawner. So we want to go 1, 2, and 3, and then you could break these as well. We don't need them, but 3 blocks below the spawner on the floor. So we want to break all of the floor just like this, and you're going to do that for this whole thing. All right, and once you do that, it should look just like this. We're going to collect all those blocks. So 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then above the spawner as well is 3 blocks. Okay, so let's break that because we don't need it right now. Go ahead and create a temporary water source. So we'll do this. We'll do 2 blocks over here. Actually, my bad. We'll do 2 blocks, 1 more over here, and temporary as an infinite water source. So you're going to need 3 water buckets for that. Super simple. Go ahead and just place them like this, and then you have an infinite water source. Then place a block somewhere over here that you can step on. You could just do it like this, and then fill those buckets up just like this, and then go into this corner, place a block, and just to show you, it can be any corner, but place a block in the corner that you want to pick, and then go 2 this way, and then go 2 this way. And the corner that you pick opposite of the side is where the mobs are going to fall down. So if you have an area that has like a lot of gravel, for example, mine's over here, I'm probably going to want to build my build away from that. But in this case, my corner is going to be over there, so it's not going to be in that corner because there's a lot of gravel. So I'd rather it just be on that corner. Once you place 3 blocks like this, and then 3 blocks like this, go ahead and place a water bucket on top like this, and then place a block here, and then it should just make this kind of pattern. And then take your water buckets on each block right here, place one there, place one there, and then just keep filling your buckets up. Now you see why we stood on this, just because it makes it easier. You're going to fill all of this up just like that, and then we'll fill that corner block as well. So now we got all of those filled up, and then we'll go over here and do the same thing. We'll fill all these up, we'll fill this up, we'll fill that one up, and then we'll get that block. And actually, to do that, we'll come over here and we'll just do that. And then I could break this block, and then go ahead and break all these temporary blocks that you placed. And what we'll do is break these blocks that we placed, and then we'll notice all the water will flow except for this corner. That's perfect. So now what we want to do is just kind of stay in this corner. So if we go over here, I just want to show you what everything looks like so far. It looks like this. And then if your water's actually doing this like mine, you can place a water bucket there, and you can place a water bucket there, and then it should just still flow like that. But I don't find that you need to do that, but if you want to, you can. And then before we begin this next portion, make sure you do have another water bucket, okay? So what we're gonna do, if we're looking at the corner right here, we're gonna look in front of us right here, and we're gonna dig down 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here in front of us, we're gonna mine forward 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then to get to the 6th one, we'll just do that. And then we could just break all of these. So that's 6 blocks in front of us. And then we're going to do the same thing on the left and right. So we'll break these, and then we'll just break all of those in front. So this is a 6 block long tunnel, directly 6 blocks deep. And then we'll mine all these as well. All right, we can just collect all those blocks. All right, and then just to show you, we have 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And actually, we did 7, but that's okay. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit more. It's not going to hurt anything. Go ahead and take a water bucket and put it back up here just so we can go up there real quick. And then go ahead and break that water bucket. And then place a temporary block right here. And go on that temporary block. And then just to show you, this is where we are. So go ahead and break these 2 blocks just right here. And we found iron. That's nice. And then in this tunnel, we're going to mine forward by 3 blocks. So there's 1, there's 2. We're going to break this 3rd one right here. And then to the left of that, we'll break this block. And then we'll just go down and we'll keep mining. Keep in mind, the more you mine down just like this, you're going to run into blocks. So just do this with a water bucket. And then you can just mine down with it like this. And then you should just be able to get all the way down there without taking fall damage. And then just go ahead and scoop that water bucket back up. Take your ladders just like this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just like that, all the way up. Then we can use the ladders to come back down. And then once you got the ladders going down, go ahead and break all of these. Just as in all of these, just break the roof like so. We're going to just make this 4 blocks high. So we're going to break all of this. And then once we do that, that's 3 blocks high. We can go ahead and just do 1 more layer. I like making it 4 blocks high. It's just a little bit easier for us to work in here. All right, all you have to do is place 2 blocks here now, just like that, and then place 2 blocks here. That's going to be a marker block, and you'll see why in a minute. To the left of these ladders right here, what you want to do is break these 2 blocks like so. And then right here, we're going to place 2 chests. The 2 chests should be like that. And then right here on this block, go ahead and just break it. Grab your hoppers. These are all the hoppers we're going to be using today. And then send one hopper into that chest, send another hopper into that hopper like this. And then break this block up here, break these two. And then directly behind this hopper, go ahead and break that block and place this hopper going into that one. So you should have a total of 3 hoppers that you just placed. You have one going this way, this one going into that one, and then this one going into that one. So they're all just going this way. Don't keep mining this way. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to mine up one block like that. We're going to break these two. So this should be 1, 2, 3 blocks high. We're going to mine over here 4 blocks. So there's 1 and then there's 4. We're going to turn to the right and break these 2 blocks. You should then see your marker blocks that we can break. That was just to make it so you know that we turned in the right area. For now, we can leave this open. Go ahead and break this block right here. So this is where the passageway is coming down. So go ahead and go 1 block out from right here. So 1 right there, and then break that block, and then break this block like so. Put your chest, the single chest right there. You could turn it into a double chest if you'd like, but for a zombie farm, you're really not going to need it. Take your hopper going into this chest like that. And then once you got those hoppers right here, go ahead and break this bottom block. That was also one of our markers. And then at the bottom of this block, place your dispenser, not your dropper. So just to show you, this is your dropper right over here, and then that's your dispenser. So take a dispenser and have it go that way to the left, and then below it, you can place a block here, and then a block here, and then you could also place a block here just like that. Go ahead and grab your button. You only need 2 buttons for this build, so we'll place 1 there, and then we'll go ahead and place a block right here for now. And then when we click that button, you're going to notice that this ticks, so we're going to push it. So as you can see, that sends a signal going up. We're going to put a water bucket in it, but we're not going to push that button for now. And then place a block diagonal up from that button. And then you could also just fill that in if you'd like. Grab your 3 glass blocks, and we're going to place 1 glass block right here. So 1, and then 2, and then 3 right here in the middle. So we got 1, 2, 3. Then above the glass, place a block just like this. Place a block here, and then place a block up here as well. Since we went 1 block too far, we can go ahead and just fill this in, just to make it easier on you guys when I show you everything. Going right here on this block, we're going to stand right here. Let's grab a redstone dust. Place 1 redstone dust right here, and then place a block right here. Take your button right here on this block and place it. Let's break these 2 blocks. That's directly above this block right here. That's the block we're standing on. So we're going to stand on this block. We're going to break these 2 like this. We can break the 2 to the right of it like that. Break these 2 as well. So 1, 2, just like that, and the ones below it. So for a total of 4. Diagonal down from the dispenser, we're going to break these 2 blocks. So there's the dispenser. We'll break these 2. Place a sticky piston right there. So let's collect those blocks. Place 1 right there. The sticky piston should be 1 block lower than the dispenser. Go ahead and grab your block of choice. I'm going to use an iron block. It just looks better for when this gets extended. Then go ahead and break these 2 blocks to the left of that sticky piston, just like this. Break those 2 below it like this, and then you'll see that we're connected over here. Go ahead and grab your 3 droppers directly right here in front of this redstone. We're going to do a jump essentially like that and place the dropper up. On top of the dropper, we're going to place a dropper going this way, but before we do, let's break these 2 blocks, that block above it, and then these 3 to the right, and then that way we can step back and place a dropper just like this above that one. Go ahead and break these 4 blocks over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and once you broke those, break these 2 as well, 1, 2. Take your last dropper going into this one. So this one right here is going up, this one is going this way, and then your last one should basically be going into that. You can place a block here and then place a dropper on that block, and it'll face that way. Go ahead and break this block over here. On top of this, go ahead and place your last hopper just like that. So now everything looks like this. You can go ahead and break these 3 blocks to the right, 1, 2, and 3, and then break these 2 as well, 1, 2. Go ahead and break these 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then these 3 down, so just like this. And then just like that, and then break all of these. Then hopefully you don't run into gravel like I did. Let me just mine all that out. So just to show you now, we just mined all that out. We have our redstone dust right here. We have a dropper going up, this dropper going out into the hopper, which is pointed down, and then this dropper going back this way. So it's basically doing a full circle. And then go ahead and grab your comparator and face it away, which is facing towards it. So just like this, you have those 2 prong sides, which is what I like to call it, facing the dropper. All right, and go in the corner dropper right here. So this one over here, and put any single item in it. So we can put like an iron axe, we can put a wooden axe, we can put a diamond axe, put something in the middle right there, but it has to be in the middle and it has to be in the corner right there. Go ahead and take your repeater right here and face it going in the same direction as this comparator. So just like that. Go ahead and break these 3 blocks and then the 3 blocks below it, and look, diamonds. Go ahead and take a redstone dust here, put 1 here, put a block here, and then a redstone dust there, and a redstone dust there, just like this. So now you can see that is extended when we push the button. Basically what happens is the dropper system, it like moves it around, the comparator detects it, and then it constantly just powers it. It's really simple. Go ahead and place a block here like that. So now you have all your blocks like this. When you push that button, that retracts. Go ahead and keep that like this in this position. Go ahead and place a block right here. Go ahead and place a block right here. Place a block here, and place a block here. You can keep this open if you want. I'm going to go ahead and fill that part in right there, but go ahead and keep all this open in case you ever have to come back here again. And then if you don't want mobs to spawn in here, just place a torch or something in there, and you'll be good to go. Go ahead and place a block there, and place a block there. Go ahead and place a block there. That way this is all on the same Y level. Then push your chest one block forward. So just do that, like so. Go ahead and break this block and then send a hopper into it. So let's just do that, and then you could just send a hopper into it like that. So this way we don't have to waste 2 hoppers. Go ahead and place a campfire right on top of it, and just to let you know, a soul campfire is going to do 2 times more damage, but we're going to use a normal campfire. Go ahead and take your block, place it, and let me just fill all that back in. And then right here, actually, you want to grab your slab and place it there. That way you can access that chest. So sorry for making you put it 1 block over here. I didn't want you to waste your hopper. And then go ahead and place a block there, and then just the slab there, like so. I would recommend you place a slab right there. You can place a slab right there to prevent anything from getting on top of it. And then break these torches, and as soon as you break these torches, they should just spawn. And as you can see, they spawn almost right away. Break that block right there, and then you could just fill this up with a door. And then we'll go back down our ladders, and as you can see, they're gonna go in here. And then let's go ahead and put this on manual mode. So we'll push this button, and they're gonna get funneled over here. So now what we could do is grab a sword, and then you'll get the XP, and then you'll also get the rotten flesh. But let's say you just want rotten flesh and you just want to AFK for the night. Go ahead and push this button like that, and then you could just go ahead and push that button, and then now from now on, the zombies are gonna just go directly on the campfire, and then we could just get everything in the chest. But as you can see, this works perfectly. We get 2 functions. We get this over here. But yeah, guys, that's everything I have for you in today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. We're almost at 14,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can hit it. We're so close. If you have any questions, jot it down in the comment section below. You know I'll reply. And guys, we're going to be releasing a realm here soon, so go ahead and join the Discord server to become a part of an everlasting many community today. And as always, bye-bye.
I don't listen to the haters, man, I treat them like the enemy. Had a couple traitors, man, but now they know the penalty. I tell them